Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques,
Hulk!
Jacques,
Hulk!
Julio,
He in town.
Julio. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Please excuse my voice. I've been up all weekend, man, and so, just still kind of recovering just from being up and things like that, man. But hey, we're here, Jacques. We're here, brother.
We are.
Absolutely.
We've been waiting on this day for I don't know, since the draft ended. And it was rumors where we wasn't gonna hit nothing until training camp and blah 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 blah. But today is a good Sunday, man. This is a great way to start off my week, man.
Tell me
hear about
it.
Julio Jones coming to the Tennessee Titans, man. This is crazy.
Julio, man,
Hey.
man, great,
Hey.
man, great, dude. What a Sunday, man.
Hey,
Shout out to everybody that's here on watching the show. GKon, what's going on? Jakeon, what's happening? Titans Torch, Al P, what is good? Ryan Dodd, Cameron Tisdale, Titans Rossi. Hey, man, Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas to y'all, man.
Christmas came early, didn't it?
It sure did. It did.
Early, man. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hey, it's a good day, man. A real good day to be a Titans fan, man. And everybody out there that's not a Titans fan, hey, you better buckle up your chin strap and get ready because it's on.
Absolutely.
Now.
It's on, man. So welcome everybody to the show. Hope everyone is doing well. Jeremiah Robinson, what is good, brother? What is happening? So welcome to the show. As you all know, again, the Tennessee Titans are making a deal with the Atlanta Falcons in a trade for Julio Jones. Everything should go down on Monday. The Titans did trade Julio. They got Julio for a 6th-round pick, that we're bringing to them, and a 4th-round pick, right? No. Atlanta's giving us a 2nd-round pick and a 4th-round pick for us for Julio Jones and a 6th-round pick.
Right. So the details, I think you got it right. So what it is Falcons trade. We end up getting their 2023 6th-round pick, and they took our 2nd-round pick for next year, and then next year, and then they also a 4th-round pick in 2023. So
cool, man. Cool. Well, as they say in life, man, speaking into existence, right? And it's been spoken not just with us, with all other podcasts on ESPN. What's up, JP? Sean Crawford. JP. Let's tighten up pod. What is good? Cameron Tisdale. What's going on, folks? Pick your poison. That's correct. Right. But yeah, man. So it happened. I know Jacques and I have been talking, man, as time went on and everything. And so we got a super chat. Stanley Wilson, my guys. What's good, man? So everyone wants to talk about our defense now. You need to be worried about how you're going to stop us from getting down the field. Correct. Facts. No paper.
Oh, baby, let's go.
Let's do it, Stanley Wilson. You are correct, sir. You are correct, bro.
I appreciate the super chat, man.
Absolutely. So, Jockey brings up a good question, brother. Mm-hmm. He really does. So, think about, man, on our offense, Jock. Think about that, right? You got King Henry. Mm-hmm. You got A.J. Brown, which no one can tackle these two dudes. Now, you got Julio Jones, bro. You got this big guy right here. How are you going to tackle these guys, man? So, everyone's been talking about our defense and everything, blah, 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 blah. So now we got Julio, man. What do you think it does for us on offense, bro?
So they got to respect our offense even more. So remember last year, everybody, all they talked about was Henry. Stop Henry, stop the offense. Stop Henry, stop the offense. Stop Henry, stop the offense. Well, this time, hey, you can stack the box, but we're going to kill you on the outside. You see what I'm saying? Stack the box, kill you on the outside. Stack the box, kill you on the outside. So it evens itself out. Only thing we're missing is that tight end, which I would love to have. But, I mean, to each his own. Beggars can't be choosers. We got to appreciate what we have now with what we just got today. And then eventually, hopefully John can make another move and go out there and get a serviceable tight end to where you complete the circle. But what I see now, the league is on notice. Jalen Ramsey said something about it. Eric Ebron even had something to say about it. They're on notice. They know what's coming down the pipeline. And it's gonna be scary, man. It's gonna be one of those things where if they can stay healthy, that's the only thing about Julio. Sometimes he has issues with health, but the thing is, he didn't have in Atlanta. He has a Derrick Henry. He has a running game, so that allows him not to be where he has to do as much. And then he has AJ on the other side. Now, people will say, well, he also had Calvin Ridley in Atlanta, right?
Yep.
I'm like, okay, you got Calvin. That's cool. But Calvin's not AJ Brown. Now, I'm not taking nothing from Calvin because he's a great receiver. But when you have two juggernauts where it's hard to tackle and it's hard to actually do anything, hey, it's going to be a nightmare for defenses. Hell, I think even Darius Leonard just tweeted he's up for the challenge. He said, congratulations to Julio. Hey, bring the challenge. So the league is on notice. I mean, I think it's one of the best John Robinson trades I think he's done, man, in my opinion. So what about you, Hawk?
So I totally agree, man. I'm hoping my video is not blurry. LP, thank you for letting me know that, man. It's hard to see that on our end. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I even changed cameras as well. Hopefully you can see me a little bit. I don't know why it's blurry. I have everything connected. Sucks technology sometimes, man. You know what I mean? Technology. But and my Comcast bill is very expensive, by the way, right?
Right.
I mean, good gracious. But I would say this, man. So speaking of, those, on the internet and on social media, they're calling us the Nets, man. The Brooklyn Nets on offense, bro. Okay. And I think that's kind of cool. Thank you, Joe H. Thank you, bro. He said it's good now. Okay, appreciate that. I really do think offensively we are going to be a problem. Okay. I think AJ Brown is the happiest of them all because he's like, now I don't have to see three people in the box. That's what he's going to see this season, right? He would have had a corner on top. He would have a safety bracket in him and a linebacker in the middle just spying on him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now that's opened it up. When you think of AJ Brown, you think of Julio Jones, both of them could play on the inside, outside, all over the field. So now it really opens up the can for the offense. Now, when I look at Shane Bowen, right? When I look at our offense, are we going to be able to incorporate plays for these guys to be successful? I think that'll be the challenge. Can we, if we just say he's sort of unproven right now. He's been an offensive coordinator before in his past. But say a proven offensive coordinator would be licking his chops right now. Man, look what I can do right now, right? He's literally, look what I can do. So, I'm very ecstatic about this, man. Kudos, man, look, check this out, man. Kudos to the Titans. Think about it 5 years ago. Think about this. Guess who our offensive starters were on offense? Marcus Mariota's our quarterback. Mm-hmm. Antonio Andrews was our running back. Tajay Sharp was our receiver, and so was Rashad Matthews. Now, we got Ryan Tannehill, we got Derrick Henry, we got Arthur Brown, and now Julio in 5 years. You know who I give a big shout out to, man, for those that have been hating on him and talking bad about him? John Robinson. Mm-hmm. J-Rob was like, hey, last year I made a mistake in the draft, free agency, it's a little off. It's okay. He's here to recoup himself. That's exactly what he did. Shout out to J-Rob, man.
Hey,
stand up on your feet for J-Rob, bro. Hey, he got Julio here, bro. Julio is here in town, bro. Mm-hmm. Welcome.
He made up for that debacle of Isaiah Wilson. This makes up for it. This makes up for it big time. From what happened with that debacle last year to now, John doesn't make the same mistakes twice, okay? And we've seen that he took accountability. He's like, hey, man, I messed this up. I take accountability for that, but I will fix it. And he's fixed it, man. I mean, we have Bud Dupree, the Marco Archery. I mean, we are rolling. This is going to be a dangerous year, dog. And like I said, the league is on notice. And I think that they're going to have our defenses and defensive coordinators are going to have a nightmare trying to scheme against this because of the fact that Julio doesn't have to just go off like he wants to. I mean, it's just like having candy, man, extra candy in your basket that you can just sit there and be like, hey, how do I scheme against this? Because once you take the man out the box, then Derrick Henry's going to kill you on the outside of the middle. Then you go and stack it back up. Julio or Arthur Brown's going to kill you. So, I mean, it's one of those things like pick your poison. So, I mean, hey, man, J-Rob has done it again. J-Rob don't care about money. Let me say that, people. And I seen it also where people were like, well, we don't have the money to sign him. We don't have the money to sign him. No, J-Rob don't give a damn about no money. He's like, hey, whoever can make us win now, our accountant will take care of the money aspect. How can you bring him in? Only thing John Robinson goes to his accountant and says, hey, how can we make this happen? Make it happen. I don't want no excuses. Make it happen. Hey, shout out to Ced Williams for the $5 super chat, man.
Absolutely. Ced Williams, what's good, homie? He said, guys are back. Tighten up, people. Nail it. Get your tickets in. Hot chicken, Nashville Pride. Absolutely, man. Hey, get your tickets, man.
Shout out to Kwame Brown for that mama's cooking, man. We got some of that mama's season. That mama's cooking, baby. Let's go.
That's right. That's right, man. That's right. Hey, Ced Williams, we appreciate it, good sir. We appreciate it. We got a Ravens fan. What's going on, Raven fans? Raven 76, B more. What is good, man? So y'all getting a little nervous about how Tennessee's building right now? Because the Ravens wanted Julio, but Julio wanted a throwing quarterback. And Baltimore was not going to be his residence if that was his request. So now, people are going to still talk about our defense, okay?
Right.
It's still a proving ground right now. Some people might think that we've gotten better, worse, or whatever. So our defense is still unproven right now because the season hadn't started. We have a lot of new players, have a lot of young players and things like that. But where we have gotten better is the front line on our defense. That's without question. And so for right now, they just need to hold steady. Because you know why? These two guys are here and they're working out together, man. That's Derrick Henry and Julio, man. It's like, you know what? Even if our defense sucks this year, we're going to do our part, bro. Defense, just hold us to 25 points, man. We got it. We got it, man. We're here. We're trying to do our thing, man. So, hey, tighten up, man. Tighten up.
Hey, and I think we will. I'm just excited to see both of them coming in. To get that work in, to get that chemistry. Because that's another thing, too. You got to build chemistry. Also, we haven't talked about the contract aspect of it. So we know he's due $15 million this year, right? So knowing John Robinson and them, they're going to try to get a loan. I guarantee you they're going to try to get some type of deal where they spread that money out. And they're going to try to get him in here on a long-term deal, which that's their best bet is to get him here on a long-term deal because you want to shore up the team for the next 5 years. So, we got Bud Dupree for 5 years. Let's get Julio in here for 5 years. I know AJ – he has, I think, 2 more years until his rookie contract deal is up. So, and then we still got Derrick in his prime, and Tannehill is still here. So, hey, our offense, man, we said at that point you just need a supporting cast. Who can step up? Who's going to be the next person to step up behind Julio and AJ? Who's going to want to eat? And those young bloods, they got opportunity to eat. So, man, this is exciting, man. This is wild stuff, dog.
That's right. That's right. Well, I tell you, hey, guys, get the likes up in the chat. Get those likes up. If you have not subscribed to our channel, subscribe to us as well, too. Raven 76, we will see you in the playoffs. Hey, that would be great if we could.
Zach Carpenter, what's up, brother?
Zach Carpenter, what's good? Get those likes up. So, for those in the chat, I have a question for you all, and then I'm going to ask Jacques and myself this same question. Now, I want answers on here, and we'll see what we get, okay? So, now mentally think offensively. We have Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill, Julio Jones. Welcome, Julio. We got A.J. Brown. We got Anthony Ferguson. We have a solid offensive line, right? And we got Reynolds from the Rams. Now, adding Julio Jones to the mix. Who do you all feel right now on offense? What pressure who has had more pressure increase right now walking into the locker room today, unlike yesterday? To say, oh, now I got more pressure on me now since Julio's here. Who has more pressure on them? I want to know what you guys think in the chat.
That's a good question, bro. Let's see what the chat got to say. That's a good question.
Yep.
That's wild.
Somebody's got to step up now, right? You put Julio out on the field. Now it's like, now I got to really step up. Okay. Titans Rossi said Ryan Tannehill. Raven 76, Tannehill. JP, A.J. Brown.
Okay.
Jeremiah Robinson. Ferg.
Todd Down. That's great point.
Yep. That's great, Aiden Clark. That's correct.
Great
Sean
point.
Crawford.
You some great answers. Down and Vrabel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Todd, Ryan Dodd. Yep. Zach Carpenter. Ryan Tannehill. AJ Mick. Tannehill. Isaac Sebrion. Downing and Vrabel. Ooh, Vrabel. Ooh. Titans Rossi, Todd Downing for sure. I said Shane Bourne earlier. My bad, y'all. Y'all know what I was trying to say. Down. Brett Kern. Okay. Austin Anderson, we need Ertz or Njoku.
I agree with that, Austin.
Okay.
I agree with that.
All right. So, Jacques.
Okay.
So, hey, everybody, thank you for the answers. Great answers as always. You guys know your Titans, man. You guys know these boys, man.
Well, we got the
Jeremiah
best
Robinson
Titans.
said Reynolds. All right. So, Jacques, I had told you my answer. I just hadn't shared it with everybody yet, man. I think a few of them have already answered it for me. But I'm going to ask you, brother, who do you feel the pressure has been squared on right now? Who has more pressure on them now than they did just 20 hours ago?
Man, yeah, I mean, like you said, some good answers in here, but I'm gonna say Tannehill. Now I was gonna say Downing because he's new. But he's been in an offensive coordinator role before, and nothing's going to change as much. He's been in this system. He understands. Hey, Vrabel and them and John Robinson has told him, hey, keep the offense very similar to what we ran last year. So I don't see too much change with that. But Tannehill's took us to the promised land, but he hasn't taken us to Mecca. Okay. He took us to the promised land. But the problem is, in big situations and big times, he kind of chokes a little bit. So now we have enough weapons to where Tannehill, I'm not worried about in the season. I know Tannehill's going to show out and do his thing. I'm worried about, can we get to a Super Bowl? Because at this point, we have a Super Bowl team, okay? Super Bowl, minus a tight end, but you're damn near good enough to go to the Super Bowl. For my answer is Tannehill, man. Tannehill has the pressure on him to perform and to succeed now. Because what's going to happen, you're going to be looking at, hey, you know, we keep getting here and we keep getting stagnant. All of a sudden, we're looking for Tannehill's replacement. Not saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying this is time for him to step up and it's time for him to go. What about you, Hawk?
So I'm gonna say the exact same answer as Ryan Tannehill, because that was my answer earlier when you and I had discussed as well too. I'm like, it's on Tannehill to step up. You have weapons now, right? You have weapons. You got to do that. But I'm gonna tell you who else the pressure could be on. You ready? It's gonna be on Derrick Henry. Okay. So listen to this. Okay.
I gotta hear this.
Okay, so every defense, every time they play the Titans, they stack the box, right? Especially last year, and he still had over 2,000 yards, right? So now it's more of, okay, the offense is going to be spread more now. We should be, right? Because of Julio and A.J. Brown being out on the field, right? So that's going to put Derrick Henry in a situation where he could act a clown running the football, okay? If Derrick Henry runs like he normally does, bro, we can make it to the Super Bowl on our offense. And so I know our defense is still a question. So bro, let's just be honest. Our defense was trash last year. I'm not gonna fake that. It's a fact, okay? Right. But we have a Super Bowl offense, okay? And Ryan Tannehill is the answer here. So I'm gonna just say that. But I am saying about Derrick Henry is, if he clowns this year and runs like crazy, as we hope he does, and he the thing is, he is getting older. Everyone, saying as you become older as a running back, your treads on your tire goes down and down each year. I will challenge Derrick Henry to be more in the receiving game this year, man. Ooh. That would really open up our offense. Okay. Can Derrick Henry get his hands ready to catch the football more, okay? They're still going to focus on him because we don't know what Julio's going to bring right off the bat, right? He's older. He's 32 years old. I think, the defense, of course, will respect him. No question about that. But, they're still going to try to stack the box, I think. I really do. And I think they will do their best on defense to try to challenge, A.J. Brown. And I don't – Ferkser, I don't think they'll put a lot of coverage on Ferkser. They might put a linebacker on him, right? But can Derrick Henry not only run the football, can he catch the football out the backfield? And I'm saying that to say, if that happens, we're not going to be stopped, man. That's an element of his game I would like to see increase this year. It'll be a surprise, right? Like, oh my gosh, Derrick Henry's now out here catching passes. Now we got Julio on one-on-one. We got A.J. Brown on one-on-one coverages now. We're not trying to bracket both of these guys. And he's open in the field, and we have more of a spread offense in that regard. At times, primarily we still should be a running team. No question about that. Mm-hmm. But let's open up the playbook. We can do that now. You know what I'm saying? We can do that now. And Derrick Henry, man, he's already unbelievable. Man, he adds that small element to his game, maybe 3-4 catches a game. Bro, we're not going to be stopped, man. I'm telling you. It will really challenge the defense.
So would that take away from Darrington Evans doing that?
I don't think so. I mean, okay. Darrington, again, I'm big on, man. You got to prove it, man. Just
Right.
like in practice, if you practicing, that's cool, whatever like that. You got the pads on. You got to get out there in preseason. I got to see that first. I can't put a lot of credibility in Evans right now. You know what I'm saying? I know he has ability and things like that, but we've had players like Tyrod Taylor, and then season start. Where is he at? Right? I mean, we have had players that have cut up in practice and things, and then in the game, like, he's not even on the field. So I got to see more of Evans. I like Evans. He'll make the team. He can be a kickoff punt returner. He'll play a little bit on offense. But I want it to be where when Derrick Henry's in the game on third down, we can still be passing the ball instead of them thinking, we're just running the ball. They put Evans in the game, they're going to pass the ball. I want us to really surprise people. Now you have another element. That's what's going to make us be better on offense. You know what I'm saying? So we have to take cover our defense. Our defense still is, to me, still is a lot of question marks. But
yes. I mean, we've had a lot of turnover on defense as well. I mean, you think about it, that was when most of our turnover came over. So, and Durkin time said it, like a lot of people in the chat are saying the same thing. Hey, defense. Now, I like what we've done on defense. I feel like we've gotten better on paper on defense. I mean, we took we got Bud Dupree, who, like I said, showed up for 5 years, dog. That's amazing. Now, Gardner coming off his injury, will he be the same Bud Dupree? Let's pray. Let's hope. You know what I mean? But the way science and technology and medicine is today, it allows players to be a lot better when coming off those type of injuries. So I'm really not too much worried. And then we got Autry from the Colts, who had 7 sacks last year. That's, to me, in my opinion, that was the biggest pickup because I feel like that's an upgrade over Daquan Jones. So it allows you to show up that run in that middle. And then, of course, you got Big Jeff and Harold Landry. So the defensive line has gotten better. At that point, you need your supporting cast and T.R. Tart and Larrell Murchison and all them guys to kind of step up and say, hey, we want, not trying to take their jobs, but hey, we want some PT time. We're trying to be just like y'all. So it's an opportunity to get in here and learn. So in linebackers, we didn't have no turnover. So on defense is the biggest question mark of it all. But the one thing we didn't have last year going into this year is a preseason. So this preseason allows us to see that. All those players that didn't get that opportunity or they had to get shoehorned or get thrown out there like Christian Fulton, Chris Jackson, Larrell Murchison, I wouldn't even look Julio or A.J. Brown's way those first couple of preseason games. I know we only got 3, but I wouldn't even chance it with them. Let these younger guys get some playing time. Let's see what we have also for our supporting role and our supporting class. So, man, it's going to be real interesting, man.
It will be.
And Clowney Super Bowl, yeah, that is a great point. I was thinking the same thing. Julio will be a great mentor for AJ and the young receiving corps. So he can teach him. He's going to – matter of fact, this helps AJ a lot more because it allows him to have a mentor and a teacher to come in and teach him this way. Not just this year he's going to be better, but next year this might be his super breakout where he's a superstar now, but he'll be on superstardom. Like it's going to break him out there. He's going to be like just a stallion. So – hey, great point,
Clowney Super Bowl. Point. Tony Hicks, what's good, man? What's happening? Austin Anderson, what's good? Durker time. There's Durker time. What's going on, bro? What's happening, brother? Damon Beverly, what is happening? Geo Worldwide, DeAndre Ray, King Isaac, what is good with you all? What's happening, y'all? So I'm thinking too, man, on defense. Now, I will tell you all in this show, we will be talking about the 2021 NFL draft grade as far as our players. We're going to kind of analyze their breakdown and things like that of the players that we drafted. So we're talking about the defense. So I got a question for those in the chat. Corey B, what's good?
What's good, Corey?
Jacques and I have been having this discussion about the defense. Okay? Do you all in the chat, I'm going to ask you all first. Did we get better on defense? Uh-oh. Simple question, simple answers. Yes or no? Now, I'm talking about as of today, okay? Did we get better with the folks that we let go and our draft picks and who we signed as free agents? Did we get better on defense? Okay, Austin Anderson says all around, yes. Okay.
AZ Mick, yes.
Okay. Tony Hicks said time will tell. Okay, who's next?
Okay.
You say Jacques? Go for it.
AZ, he said yes.
Yes, much better. Okay.
Ryan, he says yes.
Yes. Okay.
TT, what up, TT Brown?
TT Brown, yes.
Yes.
Sean Crawford for sure.
Yes.
Okay, that's a yes.
JP said yes in the front.
If that's where I'm at, JP. I feel you, bro. Okay.
LP, LP said, "Yep."
Yes.
Molten and Weaver.
Molten
and you
and
know what,
Weaver
LP? I
steals.
forgot about Weaver. Like I forgot about him. That's crazy.
Yep. Jeremiah,
Yep,
yes,
okay.
if Molden and Farley come in. That's a big question in that statement. The word if. Right? King Isaac, hopefully yes. Hopefully is a big word as well, too.
Right.
Corey B, anything is better than last year. That's a hell of a point, Corey B. That's
Right.
true. Our defense was trash last year. Just not, man. Isaac Cibrian in the front seven, yes.
These checks coming in pretty quick, bro.
That's good. That's good.
James
Bryan, yes, because line is more important than defense. Okay, that's a fact. James Bryan, that's a great point. Isaac Cibrian can't be worse than Beasley. Correct. That's right. Who we got? Got Clowney. Let's see here. Clowney Super Bowl. Yes, we're better on defense. I'm not a huge on Dupree and Autry. We got Donnie Atkins Jr. Yep. Love y'all, brothers. Keep it up. Appreciate it, Donnie Atkins. Appreciate it, good brother. Appreciate it, man. Team leader 2010 was good. Great news. Welcome, Julio. Can you also discuss the D-line pickup this past week? Aubrey Joe. Okay, we got you, brother. Aiden Clark. Yes, much better. Caleb Farley will be a steal from the draft. All right, Aiden Clark. Titans Rossi. What is good? Yes, for sure. Austin Anderson, Fulton, and Farley are going to be fun to see. Autry helping the interior and Dupree playing the hybrid role. Okay. Damon Beverly. Yes, we'll hold off for this year, but we'll be spectacular next year. Okay. All right. Jeremiah Robinson, and if money comes to form. Okay. So great breakdown from everybody. Okay. Again, you guys know the Titans, man. And that's why we appreciate you guys. We're not talking about weather fans or guys that don't know nothing about the Titans. You guys know about the Titans, man. That's good to see. So, to me, it seems as if everyone, for the most part, thinks we have, though there are some ifs. And I understand that, okay? On paper, our front seven. What's up? Titans and Truth. What's good, bro? Facts. No paper. What is good, brother? What's good? So, I think if it's a fifth, that definitely would be our situation for the Titans. Our front seven is definitely better. There's no question about that. Especially Bud Dupree's knee is holding up pretty good. I mean, he signed a major contract, so I'm sure that's the case, right? I continue to say the way to win in the NFL now, because of the Patrick Mahomes in the NFL, is to have a crazy front seven, okay? Your front seven is blitzing like Tampa, going crazy, speed, craziness out there, right? Sacking the quarterback, making tackles, blitzing, things that nature, where your DBs can sort of be subpar. Your DBs can just hold for it. I think that's what we're doing, okay? It's kind of like if we're going to get DBs, let's get some young DBs like Tampa did, draft some DBs, throw them out there in the field, let them learn, but let our front seven be monsters out there. And I think that's where we're headed. I think on paper, we lost a lot on our DBs. Our front seven's better. Our DBs is still an if for me until we start the season. And as time goes on, we should be a better defense. What about you, Jacques?
So the front seven, like you said, the front seven has gotten a lot better. Like we've upgraded from what we had last year. So I'm expecting big things from the front seven. Our linebackers, we didn't have too much turnover, so I'm fine with those. But like you said, secondary is the problem where you have is the communication issues, right? A lot of turnover in our secondary. We didn't have turnover with our safeties, but corners, a lot of turnover. The thing is this is where Christian Fulton can step up. This is where Chris Jackson has an opportunity to make a bigger impact than what he did. So what I see now is with our front seven, hey, we good. The whole goal and the whole goal is to sack the quarterback. So you want to make sure you get to the quarterback. That way your DBs have time to, hey, I'm at least on my man for like 3 or 4 seconds. I get an opportunity to make a play. So that's the big thing. The problem is, like you said, it's so much uncertainty in our secondary. But the good thing is we do have future stars and our future's gotten better in the secondary with Caleb Farley, Molden, who is a beast. You still have Christian Fulton, who's a second-year player. Chris Jackson, who's a second-year player. So you don't know what you're going to get out of them. So when the game slows down, because you remember, we're coming off a year where we had C19, right? Having C19, they didn't have a preseason. They barely had a training camp. So what that does is it allows them to have a mini camp, a rookie mini camp, but a mini camp and a training camp to come in here and actually get some some just time to practice, some time to get your skills polished and everything. I've heard Christian's had a good mini camp so far, so that's a good thing. Him and Chris Jackson. So what that does, hey, you just got to get the communication piece. And when you do get out there and you get your calls and hey, what's the call? Hey, cover 2, cover 3. Once you get the communication down, you're fine. So that allows, hey, the safeties to be like, hey, we got this back here. You guys just communicate properly. So just learning the playbook. But there's uncertainties in the secondary. We don't know what we have. That's the problem. But hopefully, with Janoris Jenkins coming in, Christian Fulton can kind of make some noise. And what really tells me is what I'm going to see when we're in the preseason. We in the preseason. What I see in the preseason, if I see Christian Fulton and Chris Jackson out there giving it they all and they making PBs and at least trying to attempt to do some things, then I know, okay, I'm comfortable going in the season. But it's all really lies on our defensive line to get pressure. We got to get some sacks, y'all. Yeah. We can't rely on our secondary. We got to get sacks. That's the thing. We got to get sacks. Bump trying to – I mean, I get it when we want a big top-notch secondary, but, hey – but what I say to answer your question, Hawk, I feel like we've gotten better. The defense has gotten better this year than it was last year. Anything is better than what we had last year. So definitely.
Okay. So, Jacques, facts, no paper, bro, especially when what you just stated, man, on the fact, even when you add to that, bro, as far as what we see on paper, not quite knowing, but having the comfortability knowing that we sucked last year, so we should be better this year, right? Just by doing damn near bare minimum, right? But let's add to that. So when you think of, in team sports, energy, as we always talk about, right? Energy, right, is infectious. Kevin Byard had just posted not too long ago. Dude is excited. Kevin Byard's like, man, welcome to Tennessee, man. Welcome to Nashville. We're here. And what you see a lot of times, bro, even on the other side of the football, i.e. the Tampa Bay Bucks, i.e. the Kansas City Chiefs, where one side of the field makes the other side of the field even better, right? On the opposite end, Tampa Bay's defense made Tampa Bay's offense better because Tampa Bay has had the same defense for 2 years, and then they win the Super Bowl because they bring in Tom Brady. Same for Kansas City. Their defense is very average, but their offense has allowed them to be better. So I'm saying the same thing for the Titans. Our offense has gotten much better. Now we're bringing in Julio. You don't think the defense is sitting there saying, Julio, right? So I think that's going to be a byproduct for our defense to get better, man. For real.
Hey, Austin Anderson, shout out for the super chat, man. We really appreciate that. He says, Arizona game 1 preseason. We will see how our defense is against a great component. Great point.
That's a great point, Austin. Great point.
Hey, shout out to Two-Tone. Two-Tone in the building.
Two-Tone in the building. What is good, man? What is good? Two-Tone. What is good, man? What is happening? And again, y'all, I apologize if my camera is blurry, y'all. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't know what's going on. I see myself clear, but it's all good, man. I'm going to work through it, man. But Two-Tone, what is good with you, man? All the podcasters out there, Titan Upload, what's good, Titan Anderson, Mr. Titan, what is good, Titans and Truth, our boys Two-Tone, what is happening, man? These guys are on the grind just like us, man. You know what I'm saying? All of us are excited about Julio Jones, man, and I know you guys are as well, too. And, and I'm going to tell you something, Ravens 76, this is a fact, okay, if Julio can stay healthy, okay? Yep. But here is the positive as to why I think this could be for Julio Jones. In Atlanta, except maybe last year because Calvin Ridley stepped it up, he has been the primary offensive weapon for the Atlanta Falcons, okay? Now he doesn't have to be with the Titans, right? He doesn't have to have 125 catches a season and 1,600 yards. Those are the type of stats he was pulling. He had 1,800 yards one year. That's the type of stats he was bringing, okay, to Atlanta. And the more yards you catch and more things, more yardage, more mileage. That's not going to be the case for him here in Tennessee, right? He can be like, man, I can get 6 catches a game, I'm straight. 6 catches, 100 yards, I'm good, and a touchdown, right? He has that with Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, Ryan Tannehill. We have a Super Bowl offense.
Well, that's the same, and great point, man. Facts, no paper, because that's the same thing that they said about Tannehill when Tannehill came here. Can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? But you didn't realize what he had in the backfield. Took the pressure off of him. He doesn't have to throw 1,000 times a game. He doesn't have to do too much. So great point, Hawk.
Yep.
He doesn't. He doesn't have to do that much. Only thing he has to come in here and do is, like you said, maybe 5, 6, 7 catches a game. And these are spectacular catches, too. I mean, just think about it. Same thing that you can do with AJ, you can do with Julio. Julio likes to get downfield. That means you can take it. You can throw downfield a lot more versus what you did last year because you only had one downhill threat, which was AJ.
Right.
And that was the only one that you really had. Now you have 2 downfield threats, and I can just throw it up, and I can just say, a wing and a prayer, and somebody's going to come down and snatch it. Facts. So that's a great point, bro.
Facts, no paper. And, here's another thing, too, Jacques. Darker time. What is good, bro? This is a fact, too. Having the boys out there practicing like Bama. So, facts. Me and Jacques live in SEC country. Now, I'm not going to sit there and tell you guys that I'm an Alabama fan. We live in Tennessee, okay? So, there are Alabama fans here in Nashville, no question about that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hate Alabama, just not a Bama fan, okay? So, but when you think of Alabama, right now, I'm saying roll tide, roll tide, roll tide. Man, look, man, we got Julio, we got Derrick Henry, we got Rashawn Evans. We got some Alabama boys here, man, okay? Roll damn tide, bro. Hey. Let's go.
Bring in O.J. Howard. If y'all want to complete the circle, hey, trade for O.J.
Yep. So yeah, man. So another thing too, man, like, when you look at it, Jacques, are you still there, good brother? I think you might be frozen. I think Jacques froze on us. It's all good. So we will, okay, his computer crashed. Okay, there's no worries, man. We got you, bro. So I'm texting him now. Okay, no worries, brother. All right, so, exactly. That's my thoughts too, man. You know what I mean? I might be walking around with an Alabama hat on. You know what I'm saying? A Bear Bryant hat tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But what I like, man, about the fact that, you guys know historically the Tennessee Titans haven't made a lot of moves when it comes to free agency, okay? And since John Robinson has been there, he at least makes risk. And there was so many times I was like, man, we can at least try, and this is how I look at it. The Tennessee Titans are in the AFC South, arguably the worst division in football, okay? The Jags suck, the Texans suck, and the coach you just never know, okay? And when you look at defenses, the AFC South is probably the worst. The Titans, the Jags, and the Texans. The Colts have a good defense. Everyone else is trash. So for right now, it's like, let's make this splash. We made it to the AFC Championship 2 years ago. Last year, we won the AFC South. Let's make a splash. And that's exactly what they did. And I'm proud of the fact that John Robinson is taking that risk. And you have to in life, as you get older, of course, you got to make gambles sometimes. You got to say, you know what, man, I'm just going to go for it, And right now, John Robinson is doing that. And as a result of that, we could win a Super Bowl one day. It's going to take that. Derrick Henry's in his prime. A.J. Brown is in his prime. Ryan Tannehill's in his prime. Jayon Brown is in his prime. Kevin Byard is in his prime. Reynolds, the receiver, is in his prime. Anthony Ferkser is in his prime. Our offensive line is in their prime, right? Jeffrey Simmons is growing up almost in his prime. Hey, you got to make moves now. Amani Hooker is in his prime, right? Sign somebody right now while everyone is still at about 27 years old and balling. Bring them in now. Now, defense is on you guys to step it up, but we shall see. We'll see.
Hey, facts no paper, bro. My bad, y'all. My computer just crashed, so you know how technology is. But
it's all good, man.
But yeah, I mean, you spitting, bro. I mean, I don't know how excited y'all am, but I'm super excited, man. This actually made my week. This makes the going into the week better, and it's actually pretty dope. And it's crazy, man. This is so, guys. Let me ask you this, and how can I ask you this?
Okay,
is this John Robinson's best trade that he's done? I'm gonna go to the comment section first. So comments, people in the comments, put yes or no. Is this his best trade? And we know we've had several trades throughout his tenure here in Nashville. Is picking up Julio Jones the game changer?
I bet you A.J. Brown would say yes. If he was on the comments, he'd be like, you damn right he is, man. That's why I'm rocking this jersey right here. That's my boy, Julio Jones. Absolutely. Yep. Roll Tide.
And while they doing that, Hawk, I'm gonna go to you. What do you think? Is this best trade?
It's hard to answer, bro,
Uh-oh.
because nothing's happened yet.
Okay.
And what I mean is, for me to grade that, I have to see the performance on the field. Okay, we thought, well, the Jadeveon Clowney was not a trade, so let's get that clear. That was a free agency move. But as far as other trades that I can think of that he's had,
Okay.
John Robinson has made more free agency moves than trades. I'd have to see what happens. But I'm going to tell you, though, the Ryan Tannehill situation was great. Okay? That was a trade. And now that was an incredible. So to beat that, hey, Julio's going to have to ball out. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Ryan Tannehill's the trade that sticks out in my mind of all the trades that we've had.
Okay. Yep. So let's see. So Joe H says he would say Tannehill.
Yep.
Steven, this is John Robinson's second best trade. His first was DeMarco Murray. Okay.
That's a good one, Steven. That's a great one, Steven Crocio.
Great point.
Skidley Bob, what's good?
He said, I still think Tannehill was better. Okay.
That Tannehill.
JP, not until Julio performs. Okay.
Donnie Atkins.
DeMarco Murray. Okay. If you said DeMarco Murray, I'm saying DeMarco Murray.
I like that, man.
That's a great point. So my answer is the Tannehill. I will say until now, like you said, until Julio performs, then yes. But Tannehill was a game changer because he was that missing piece that elevated us and put us over the hump. And the next year we went to an AFC Championship. So I feel like the Julio trade is going to add to that. You know what I mean? It's going to add to it. Just an added element and an added just piece to the Christmas tree. You know what I mean? And great point, Stanley. Hey, that's we've been saying this since we started this channel. If Mariota would have used his legs like Tannehill and just been himself, maybe it would have been a different outcome. But we know how that goes.
That's right. Yep. So again, it just depends on what happens with Julio because we didn't give up a lot to get Julio, and we needed another playmaker. I'm telling you, A.J. Brown right now is doing a happy dance right now. Derrick Henry is doing a happy dance because they have just now probably saved 2 years on their career today. I'm telling you, because they don't have to put as much mileage to themselves now as it had been prior to today. You know what I'm saying? Damon Beverly says, yes, yes, yes.
Okay. I like it.
Okay. Oh, Durka time. Look at that one. Delaney Walker or Wesley Woody. That was a good one. Delaney Walker was that great trade. Well, but the Delaney Walker was a free agent signing.
You sure? Was it a trade?
Yes,
No, it was free agent signing. You're right. It was
free. Okay, still underrated free agents. Okay, he said free agents. That's right.
Yeah, it's free
agent. That's right. That's right.
I know Rio says yes, sir.
Rio's fitness journey. What's good? What is happening? What's good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
James says Tannehill puts us into the playoff. Consider that's facts.
That's right. Julio. I know we can't hear your voices on the chat, but can I get a Julio in the chat, man? Can I get in all caps, all exclamation points, man? If we can't hear you, but we'll put you on the screen. Julio. Julio.
The games are going to be epic. It's going to be ridiculous, man. Yep. The first game is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yep. It is, man. It is. So, okay. So, you all have heard of, there's a Julio, team leader 2010. Julio. Darker time.
Steven.
Julio. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Steven Crocio. Julio. We see you, man. Look at these Julios in here. Al P. Exactly. There it is. Donnie Atkins. There it is. Donzel 86. What is good? Julio. Titans Rossi. Julio. He got so many O's. It's off the screen almost. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's good stuff, man. So, we got, Cash and XBL. I became a Titans fan because of Marcus, and I wish he could have lived up. We do too. We do too, man. Thanks. Stanley, Starworth. Julio. So, Jacques. Question for you and also for those in the comments, okay? All right, so speaking of Mariota, this is kind of part of the question here, okay? So we all know of the jersey numbers, wide receivers, linebackers, tight ends, running backs, DBs can wear single-digit numbers, team numbers, 20 numbers, 30 numbers, 40 numbers, right? Julio Jones wore number 11 in Atlanta, okay? Now, A.J. Brown wears number 11, and he early was talking about, hey, man, if you come to Tennessee, man, you can rock my 11. And then lately I've seen Julio kind of back off that. He even had a jersey with the number 8 on it, taped on his shirt, and that's cool. I get that. It's like, bro, you had to give up 11. That's all right. But given that, and those in the comment section, what number do you think Julio Jones will wear? Now, I'm sure we have many different options. He wore number 8 at Alabama. And I think in high school, I think he wore 2 in high school. And again, 11 in Atlanta. What do you guys think? What number do you think he's going to wear? Jacques, what do you think, bro?
Ooh. So if AJ don't give up that 11, it's going to be his college number 8, man. He going to rock that 8. It's available.
And Mariota.
He going to rock that 8. He going to take him back to them college days, man.
Yep. So you got 8. So what we got? LP said 1. Okay. So he gonna rock the Warren Moon? He gonna rock that?
I don't think they'll let him.
They won't let him.
I know Titans Torch said 8. Okay. Durka Time said 8.
Actually, Julio wore 82 in high school.
80, yeah, I seen that.
82.
Yep.
Okay, Durka Time said 8. Ashton XBL said 2.
He said,
I love Mario to give that 8.
8.
I got you. 8. Stephen Croce, 8. Damon Beverly, Julio. Hey, y'all, get them likes up. Get them likes up.
We got 64 people, man. Them likes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Star Wars said 15.
15. Okay. Okay.
Team leader 8. I think the overall majority thinks the number 8. I think so too. I think that it's like I can now wear a single digit number, right? I'm in a new team. You know what I'm saying? At number 8 it's available. Even if it wasn't available, he could walk in today and say, hey, man, who wears number 8, bro? Oh, you not the quarterback? You're a backup? Man, give me your 8, bro. I ain't even got to pay you. Give me your number 8. That's mine right now, right?
Yep.
I think 8. I think number 8.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree. Hey,
I think my youngest son wants a Titans jersey, man. Hey, as soon as I find out, man, I'm gonna probably get him at Julio because he likes Julio Jones anyway. And so might get him that 8. You know what I'm saying? Raven City 76 said 10. This 10 right there. I got the Julio Jones jersey. Let's go, Julio. Let's go, man.
That old VY. Man.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go. Let's go. And Kirkpatrick wears 10, but I'm sure Julio's like, hey, bro, hey, dog, do I need to say anything? I want that 10, bro.
Oh, man.
Kirkpatrick will be number 15 tomorrow.
He gonna have to get it up today. Like, go ahead and get that number, man. What you doing?
Exactly. So,
like, get that up today, man. What are you doing?
Yep. Jacques, bro, he said, you mean Jake Locker?
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Right. Yeah, 10 has been a kind of a up and down number. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't remind us of those days, Titans Torch. Hey, that was Damian Beverly said 2. Okay.
So what do you like? Okay, so looking at Julio in the 8 jersey, right? If he wore 8, this is how he would look on the field with that 8 on. You know what I'm saying? 11, 22, and 8. That's kind of fresh if you ask me. That 8 is fresh, man. That
SEC boys in the SEC. Matter of fact, Tannehill was an SEC. Well, technically, when he was at Texas A&M, it wasn't the SEC. But if you're gonna go with the rules today, we got an SEC team, man. It's looking good, dog.
That's right. And you guys know I'm huge when it comes to the SEC. You know what I'm saying? I really am. So yeah. So, well, Jacques, man, listen, we're gonna start sprinkling in this draft that we just did. Okay. Now we're gonna still talk about Julio because I'm still excited, man. It's like
it's still connected.
Christmas. What's that?
It still connects in either way.
It does.
It still connects.
It does. It's like a Christmas gift. You got the biggest gift and your middle gift. Okay. The biggest gift for me right now is Julio Jones. The PlayStation 5 or something, right? And then maybe a game is the draft. That's how I feel right now. Like I got the PlayStation, now I got a game. I'm good, right? That's how I feel. I'm excited. Julio, welcome to the city, man. Hey, in open arms. He's from Foley, Alabama. It's really not that far from Nashville. It is. It's like in between Nashville and Atlanta. So it's not like he has to go far. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to the city, man. Hey, he'll be welcome with open arms. So, folks, let's talk about this draft. So, Jacques, I'm gonna pull up the names and the pictures of the players, man. Hey, you hit up the comments, bro. You bring up whatever you feel is the best comments about the draft. Okay.
All right, definitely.
So Jacques had stated that he felt that the grade that he had given this draft was a B. I gave the team a C. Okay, and for a myriad of reasons or whatever.
So shout out to Mr. Before you start, Hawk. Shout out to Mr. Titan, man. We were on this show. We did one of the draft shows. It was pretty dope, man. So shout out to Mr. Titan.
That's right. So in the draft, the first pick that we had that the Titans drafted was Caleb Farley, the defensive back out of Virginia Tech, the often injured, back surgery having Caleb Farley, but who has unbelievable ability, speed, size, quickness, you name it. You know what I mean? A big, taller version of Cortland Finnegan, if you ask me. Okay. So what are your thoughts on Caleb Farley? And I'm talking to you, me, and those in our comment section. Let's talk about Caleb Farley, man. Let's talk about him.
So Cash and XBL says Caleb about to go dumb. You taking it to the bay. You about to go dumb. I'm telling you, bro. So, but first with Caleb, I know he got recruited. He was a quarterback in high school. He got recruited as a receiver in college and then transitioned into a DB, I think his last 2 years of college or whatever. So one thing shows me he's very smart. He knows offenses. So that's number one. He's a smart football player. Number two, he's very fast. He's quick, very fast. The problem I see with Caleb is, of course, the back. We know how the back is, especially playing DB. You're doing a lot of backpedaling, a lot of crunching, just doing a lot of things. So that back can get stiff, and I know it's going to get stiff. I know it's going to happen. Things that he need to work on, he needs to polish his back pedal up, man. I've noticed something about his back pedal. It's very clunky, real just wow. But, I mean, it's something that you can fix with coaching. Something I also noticed, too, and I don't think too many people notice this, but just looking at tape on him, he needs to learn how to get his head around in time. Right? But I feel like that can be coached. But the biggest question mark with me is his injury. His injury. Okay? It's a back, dog. And we play DB. And we know the back plays a lot of part in that. You know what I mean? You got your back, but when you arching, you in your stance. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
He's faster. I mean, we've upgraded in the speed box. Man, we checked that. We've upgraded in that in big time. The thing is, we'll have to be patient to see what we have. That's the big key with Caleb Farley's patience. Okay. People, if we can be patient, get the right coaching, we might have a nice little shutdown corner on the outside. And he got the size. I think he's about 6'1". Correct me if I'm wrong.
6'1". Yep.
6'1". And his weight is what, maybe 2?
Something like that. Good size.
He's around. Good size corner. So I mean, the last time I think we had a corner that had length like that, I can remember was Samaro. And Andre Rulfolk had nice length too, but not like Samar. Samar had speed and he had length, and he was a tall, lanky corner. So for me, I like the pick. It's just a question of mark with his injuries. What about y'all? What about you, Hawk?
So I would say this. Koenig Leon, man, we apologize, bro. He's somebody in Georgia. They sad about Julio, man. Our condolences. We understand. We've lost. We've lost players too here, so we understand how you feel, brother. So
right.
It's the business, man. But hey, we appreciate you watching the show, though, man. Real talk, man.
Definitely.
So for Caleb Farley, I think, man, Cash and XBL said it here good. He said way faster than Malcolm. Now, let's not act like Malcolm Butler that joker was balling on the field last year, right? Veteran, things like that. But you're right. We have become faster. Caleb Farley has a lot of speed, okay? And just because you have speed doesn't mean it's going to translate in the league, okay? There's been a lot of fast players to be out of the league in 2 years, okay?
John Ross.
Right, exactly. What I do like about Caleb Farley is he's very instinctive. He can play the corner position very well. Once he gets on the field healthy, he will be playing. It won't be a situation where he'll be on the bench learning. He will be thrown in the fire. It's like Chris Jackson, our 7th-round pick, did last year. We don't have many corners. We don't. So he has no choice but to play, okay? Again, for him, my concern is not just, say, injuries. Is Caleb Farley taking vitamin D? Is he taking all his vitamins, okay? He's had COVID twice.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay? He's had 2 back injuries and 1 back surgery, okay? He's torn his ACL. Like, This guy's had injuries, okay, and health issues. So not only are we worried about his strength and conditioning, we're worried about his just well-being, his health on the football field. To have had that much, right? And you hadn't even started playing in the NFL yet this early, okay? Doesn't spell well, man, okay? That's got to get in order. So the training staff right now needs to have him doing curls and squats at the same time and eating a vitamin D with cheese sandwich right now, okay? That's my concern with Caleb Farley. Not him as a player. It's just, can he get on the field and can he stay healthy? I think we've come up with a great first-round pick in Caleb Farley. Welcome to Nashville, Caleb. Let's get healthy. Let's get right. Let's ball out, young man. That's just that's my thought on him, man.
Shout out to LP. He said if healthy could be the top corner. If it was healthy, right? LP. If he was healthy, he would have been the top corner. He would have been probably the first corner taken off the board. Right. So, big ups to John Robinson on that. Like I said, I give credit to John Robinson because he's not afraid to take what we call in life risks. Right.
Right.
A lot of people are scared to take risks because when you take a risk, it's a 50-50 chance you either succeed or you fail. Listen, young people, you're about to learn a lesson real quick. Think like John. John ain't scared, and we've seen what he's been able to do since he hasn't been scared. I compare this pick to the Jeffrey Simmons pick. When we got Jeffrey Simmons, everybody felt the same. Oh man, why did we pick up Jeff? Oh my God, he first of all the incident that he had, then all of a sudden his knee, he ain't gonna be no good. And you see what happened, what he's been able to do, especially with the help in the inside and everything he's done. So big ups to it. I like it. And somebody else, I got to find a comment, man. It was a real good comment. They were talking about how he was a receiver.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And he has good hands. So that's
Titans Torch.
Yeah, Titans Torch. Great comment, Titans Torch, because that's facts. I mean, he can take it to the house. I mean, he don't have hands for bricks. So that means I know he can catch. So good job.
He can. That's a fact. Now, that's a huge attribute that he has. And Kernick Leon, I see you from Clarksville. Okay, I got you, man. He was cracking the joke about the Falcons. I got you, brother. Hey, you're in Middle Tennessee here with us, man. So good stuff, brother. Good stuff, man.
Titans Torch is 6'1" with wide receiver skills. That's dangerous.
Yeah, that is dangerous for a corner.
Dangerous.
You know, you have a corner who can catch the football, man.
Dangerous. Great point, LP. John did his homework on Friday. And that's the thing. He had time to do his homework versus last year. You didn't have no time to really go in there and evaluate those players, see what their strengths and weaknesses was. And Farley didn't play last year. Remember, he opted out. So since he opted out, this is going to be what – correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think 2 years removed from football or a year removed, maybe. He opted out last year.
Yep.
Okay, so he hasn't been on the field. It's been a while since he's been on the field. So that's another thing we got to get ready to mentally prepare. But just have patience. Luckily, we have Janoris Jenkins, Christian Fulton, like you said, Chris Jackson. I know Kevin Johnson retired, so, I mean, sucks. We got Eric Molden. We'll talk about him in a minute. But that's how I feel about it, brother.
Cool, man. Cool. So, looking at our draft picks, the second pick that we had in our draft was the offensive lineman, Dillon Radunz, okay? Left tackle / right tackle out of North Dakota State, okay? This guy blocked for Trey Lance, the quarterback for the 49ers. So, those in the comment section, from what you've seen so far, there's a lot of films. Caleb Farley, we ain't seen him yet. He ain't been out on the field. We've seen Dillon so far. What do you guys think for what you've seen, man? Y'all tell me what you think in the chat. Jacques, what about for you, brother? What have you seen so far out of Dillon Radunz, man?
So, first of all, he fits our scheme. That's number one. We know we're a running team. What he was able to do for Trey Lance and North Dakota State, Trey was running like a wild man. I mean, literally running like a wild man. And I like Dillon because he has that. He's very agile. He's real good with his legs. The problem is he needs to get stronger down below. That's something that I noticed. He tends to bend when you get him in that position. He bends. But what I seen at the Senior Bowl was killing it, man. I mean, killing it. This is probably a steal as well. Number two, what I've seen in minicamp and training camp, I said he's smart. He's a smart football player. He's tough and he's willing to come in there and get his hands dirty. And he's going to learn from Taylor. With being on the right side, he acts just like Taylor Lewan. He almost wants to be like Taylor Lewan. So I feel like with this pick, the weakness that I see is he needs to get stronger in his legs. But other than that, I mean, he fits our scheme. I mean, if you're talking about a scheme fit, plug him in right now. Derrick Henry's going to have fun running on that right side because he's a mauler. He's a baller. He likes to get in there and get his hands dirty. So he's a stud. As Alfie said, he's going to be a stud. Matter of fact, this is one of those picks I was telling you, Hawk, earlier. And me and Hawk talked offline, but I was telling you, Hawk, that this is a pick that we pick for the future, right? This is one of those picks that's gonna to pay off maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, and we're gonna be like, oh man, hey, we did good. Like same with the Nate Davis pick. We didn't like the pick, but he was a Senior Bowl prospect as well, and we've seen what Nate Davis has been able to do. So for me, I like the pick. What about you?
I like the pick as well too. What I've seen so far, just in clips of things, you know what I mean. There will be a time here pretty soon. I'm gonna go see them practice. I don't know how the COVID situation is as far as fans coming to practice. Every year I go see them practice. Every year, I see at least 3 or 4 times in the preseason. Mini camp, things like that. But what I've seen so far, he looks like Taylor. He looks like a slimmer Taylor Lewan. He looks like Taylor Lewan on the field. What I like about him, he seems to have very good speed on the outside as a tackle. What I mean is, in a lot of the different, I was looking at some of the skill and some of the drills they were doing. They would have like a power rush. He was with him 100%. Like he didn't. I never really saw him get beat off the blocks. And as an offensive line, that's huge, right? Julio LGRW. So one thing I like about him as well too is I like his size, and I do think he's our future right tackle, maybe left tackle, depends on the contract of Taylor Lewan.
Great point.
Yeah, but I do think right now his struggle right now is that he hadn't played. Somebody I think would say, I don't know if it's Dirk time or somebody, he had only played 4 games last year.
Yeah, well, I think it was only one. They only played one.
Okay,
it was one.
Yeah. And then not just that, he didn't play against good competition. Okay, so for me, it's like, are you ready for the big dance? Are you ready? You might look good in practice, as most players do. On the field, what are you going to do on the field? When you see the likes of, when you look at, D linemen in the league, when you got, say, a T.J. Watt when we play Pittsburgh, are you going to be ready for T.J. Watt? Are you going to be ready for those guys? Are you going to be ready for DeForest Buckner? Come around the corner. Are you going to be ready? You going to be ready? So that's the question I have for him.
I can say, keep going, Hawk. My bad. Keep going.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was done.
Well, so I'm gonna get you a rebuttal on that. So I would say this: you can say that for any rookie tackle, right? That gets plugged in at day one. They not ready for those NFL D linemen. They're not ready for that. But where he earned his stripes is they only played 1 game. But he earned his stripes at the Senior Bowl. Now, at the Senior Bowl, especially the one that they have in Mobile, you're going against SEC guys, right? You're going against top competition. You're going against, not saying you're going against the Myles Garrett, but if Myles Garrett was a senior, you would be going against him, right? So that was my main tape that I seen. I looked at his tape when he was at North Dakota, but I also looked at his tape when he was at the Senior Bowl, and I said, okay, this is competition. This is the competition that you're really going to see, and this is what I'm going to see right here, and I'm going to say, hey, what can he do against these guys versus when he was at North Dakota, because we know what them guys are about. But what I seen, I was like, okay, he's not as scared. The starlight doesn't scare him. The competition doesn't scare him. So I thought the same thing too. When I got to thinking, I said, you know what? He ain't really playing. They ain't really playing against nobody. But then I also thought about it. I said, you know what? Hey, the competition that they've played against at the Senior Bowl, he's made it up for me. So that's just the rebuttal that I seen, man.
I got you. Understood. That's a great breakdown, Jacques. Great breakdown, man. And I think too, I think from what I've seen, again, he looks like Taylor Lewan, slimmer,
right?
And I think he's a better run blocker than pass blocker.
Oh,
so
okay.
We'll see about that.
I agree.
He has good speed and everything like that, but even when I saw tapes of him in North Dakota State, and the run game was where he had his strength. But we'll see. I mean, we do have Derrick Henry in the backfield, so hey, that's all good, right? And we need a run blocker, and so let's get that. So yeah, man.
Also, I want to add to this, Hawk. John really he was able to scout like he was able to scout, but I think he was able to really evaluate players in the Senior Bowl because it was almost like live. You know what I'm saying? So there's a pattern. There's something that I'm noticing with our draft picks, and I'll tell you in a minute. But I think he was a senior, and I'll wait till you go to the next one too.
Okay. All right. So the next pick that we had in this draft, in the 2021 draft, was University of Georgia linebacker Monty Rice. All right. The tackling machine linebacker. Overall middle linebacker, was a 3-year starter for Georgia. On a really good defense. Who was a former, he used to come to Titans games. He's a big Titans fan. Before he even got drafted, he was a Titans fan. How cool is that? So,
pretty cool.
Those in the comments section, tell us what you think about Monty Rice from what you've seen so far, and we'll give you our opinion about him. What do you think, Jacques, about Monty Rice, man?
So, Monty Rice was another Senior Bowl guy. Got invited to the Senior Bowl. I don't know if he accepted it or not, but he's a senior, okay? Now, I don't know if some of you guys might be new. I know we got our OG subscribers in here, but I say this all the time. I like kids that are seniors when they're coming out of college because they tend to understand football a lot better. They've had 4 years of football to play, and they're more mature coming into my opinion. Like I said, I've seen it, and I've seen the transition better. So when I look at Monty Rice, his speed. What stands out to me is his speed, okay? He's a sideline to sideline guy. And his speed is what really stood out to me. And I was like, okay, he's got good speed. He can tackle. He can tackle very well. The problem is with him sometimes is recognizing plays when they like right then, and he kind of delays a little bit. And that's what just looking at his tape, I'm like, okay, he should have hit that hole a little bit faster. He should have did this. His hands placement should have been here. He's not a guy that's going to bend when he's trying to rush the pass or anything like that. But what I like about him, he knows how to weave through traffic. He's patient when he goes to blitz or run or whatever he has to do to shoot the A gap or the B or whatever, right? So one thing I like about it is he doesn't have to come in and start right away. You know what I mean? He can sit there and learn. As he's learning from Jayon. He's learning from Rashad Evans. He's learning from what's his
Jayon Brown.
No, not Jayon Brown. He's learning
Rashad Evans.
Rashad Evans. He's learning from
David Long Jr.
David Long Jr. Man, his name escaped my mind, but he's learning. So he can be a good special teams guy, which is where he's going to make his money on special teams year 1, year 2, maybe. But as he's learning, hey, he can have those rotational opportunities to come in. But I just like his speed. His speed is dope, man. And like you said, he's a Titans fan. So when I went back and I didn't like the pick at first, but then I had to go and I had to really reevaluate and start looking at a pattern that I'm seeing. Okay, he's a senior. He's at the Senior Bowl. I looked at his tape. I said he's pretty decent. He played in the SEC. Georgia tends to produce good linebackers, so that's what I'm saying. Don't count him out yet. So that's how I feel about it. What about you, Hawk?
Titan Anderson, T.A. the Great. Tighten up.
If I had
T.A. Titan Anderson, I'm going to tell you what we've been saying the whole show, bro. Julio! What is good, Titan Anderson? What is good, man? Tighten up, baby. In charge ball all day. What is good? Beavis, where's Butthead? He says time will tell with Rice, but my gut tells me he's going to be good. We feel the same. Titans torch. I like the pick, but there's going to be hate that he's going to be replacing Rashad Evans. I'm going to talk about that, by the way. Mark Jones, tighten up. Tighten up.
LP had a great point. LP, I love this comment. I love this comment. Monty was feeling nicely behind our linebackers like Brown did before he became a starter. Key note, listen to what LP said before he became a starter, right? Brown did the same thing. We felt the same way when we picked up Jayon Brown. We're like, oh, man, I don't know how he's going to be. I don't know how if he's going to produce. I don't know if he can become a starter. Look what he's got in Jayon Brown. So, LP, great comment, brother. Great comment.
Yep. So, what I think of Monty Rice, this is what I think, man. You know, when you look at the film of Monty Rice is a tackling machine, okay? He makes a lot of tackles. The University of Georgia had more players drafted on their defense than any college in America last year, okay? And Jacques knows how high I was last year about their defense because, again, one of the players that was on the team was a son of a teammate of mine. And, you know, I've watched them grow, and he was a part of that. You know, he's from Huntsville, Alabama, not too far from him, from Nashville, who's a big Titans fan. Okay, Monty Rice used to come to Titans games, big time Keith Bullock fan, things like that. So what I like about Monty Rice, again, he's gritty. He's about the size of Jayon Brown. He's different, I think. I think Jayon is more of a speed linebacker, pass coverage linebacker. He'll make tackles, but he won't hit you. Monty Rice won't really hit you either, but he just makes a lot of tackles, okay? I think the only thing that scares me about Monty Rice, he's small. And I'm not taking that away from him, but, you know, he doesn't have a lot of size. He doesn't have a lot of length, okay? He's kind of a size of a heavy safety at linebacker, okay? And so it depends on the defense that we are currently going to run this year. You know what I'm saying? And again, he's similar to Jayon Brown in size, but they're very different. I think Jayon Brown's the way he plays fits him perfectly. I just think that, right now with Monty Rice, he can come in. You need some, first and second down, second and 3, second and 4. Put Monty Rice in the game. See what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Have him and Rashaan Evans go crazy making tackles. I think as well, too, Monty Rice early in his career will be on special teams. Now, I think Monty Rice could be him and one other player in this draft, I think could be the surprise of the draft, okay? Matter of fact, I see some on Instagram. I'm not sure who posted this. They were showing certain rookies that got drafted that were really making an impact. And it's crazy. It was like only 8 of them, and he was one of them. I was like, wow, he had Monty Rice on there. And Monty Rice, if you played at the University of Georgia as a 3-year starter, that means you're pretty damn good. Monty Rice was a highly recruited linebacker. He was a 4-star pick. So I really think Monty Rice has the opportunity. I just think right now what he has to do is overcome his size and make it up in other areas. Maybe get a bit faster, work more on your quickness. He's not a fast linebacker. He just makes a lot of tackles. And, he's undersized. But he does make a lot of plays, so we'll see.
Dirk Time had a great point. He said, "Aren't smaller, faster coverage linebackers the trend now?"
Yes. So
you know what, Dirk?
Yeah, but here's a key component in that statement: faster. You can be smaller, but are you faster? It's like a wide receiver who's small but don't have a lot of speed. He's kind of like, he might not be in the league long, right?
Do you know Monty's 40 time?
From what I heard, it was like a 4.8 or something. It was not. He did not run a fast 4.7. It was not. I mean, I can double check. I do know it was. From my understanding, it wasn't really that good.
I like his game film. Better than I like his.
They said his Georgia. It was around a 4.58.
That's what he ran.
That's what it says. At least on the Georgia Pro Day.
Okay.
Now
that's not bad.
Okay, this is what I say about college pro days. Now again, it's different than say in the draft. The college pro days seem to always be better than what they do in Indianapolis. Okay,
combine, right.
If they run a 4.3 in the combine, they'll run a 4.2 at their college. If they run a 4.4 in their college, they'll run a 4.5. That is a fact. Okay, so he ran a 4.57 at Georgia in the combine. He would have probably been about a 4.6 guy. So that's not that bad. That's pretty decent. It's pretty decent.
So what type of what? Let me ask you this, Hawk. What 40 times should a linebacker run? Because I remember when we played, linebackers wasn't that 40 time was at 4.8.
Yeah,
4.7.
Right.
Like they were bigger.
Yeah.
They were bigger,
yeah.
And they were. You were known for smacking the running backs. That was your whole thing, was getting the running backs.
That's right.
What would you consider the 40 time?
Well, his 40 time. If that is true about his 40 time, that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good speed. That's pretty good speed. Pretty good speed. We'll have to see, because when I see it on the field, I've seen a lot of his film. He didn't seem to be a blazer at linebacker. You know what I'm saying? He made a lot of tackles in space, but we'll see. Maybe he's got a faster 40 time than what he does on the field.
How does he do in coverage?
He's okay. He's just more of a downfield linebacker. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
that's a great point.
What's that?
Darker time, Rashaan ran a 4.5 at the combine and can't cover.
Exactly.
Hey,
that's right. That's right. It has to translate on the field. And running a 4.5, 4.6, that's really good for a linebacker. It really is. And I say I had heard something slower until I just Googled it. But on the field, it doesn't look like that on the field. But we'll see. Right. I hope he balls out, because again, he was a 3-year starter at Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's not a small feat. And he makes tackles. He tackles. Right. He don't miss tackles. I like that a lot. That's where he's different. They're built the same.
That is true.
But Deion is a speed, fast cover linebacker. He is a tackler. You know what I mean?
I feel like he'll have time. He'll have time to learn that. Like I said, the beautiful part about it is he doesn't have to come in right away and do it. And I think just having David Long Jr. in there, who's a Jayon clone as well, and I think that's the thing where we're looking at it. You got to look what type of running backs there's out there now too. These running backs are bigger, faster, stronger. So just trying to keep up with them and hawk them down. Hey, no pun intended. Hey, we have to. You know what I mean? So,
yep, that's right. All right, so the next draft pick that we have the talented corner / safety out of the University of Washington, Elijah Molden. This guy here, playmaker at his position. Those in the comment section, tell me what you think. Now, there hasn't really been much of film on him since he's been with the Titans, right? We ain't seen much. What do you got? What do you guys think about the Elijah Molden pick here? Because I'm pretty high on this guy. What do you guys think in the comment section? Yay, nay, good. Jacques, talk to me, brother. What do you think about Elijah Molden, bro?
So when I found out we picked up Elijah, man, I love the pick. His dad played in the NFL. First of all, I don't know if you people knew. I think he was a 6th-round draft pick or 5th-round draft pick to the Saints. So
and I remember him. It's Alex Molden. I remember Alex Molden. And
me too.
And yeah,
he won number 26.
He played
25.
I think he was 25. He played for the Saints. He was a corner just like his dad.
Just like his dad. So what I like about Elijah, he's another senior. He's a senior, okay? What I've seen with the tape that I went back and I watched when we got him, he's a very feisty, physical DB. He's very physical. He's not afraid to hit you. He's not afraid to come up and make a play. He's going to be a playmaker. Matter of fact, I'm gonna wait to ask this question at the end of the like when we get closer to after we're done with the draft analysis. But with him, I see him, and I know he's hurt because I've heard it. He's hurt right now, so of course he's not on the field. But when he's healthy, we have our starting nickel. We have a starting nickel. I mean, the kid is amazing. I mean,
facts, no paper.
Well, he's undersized. No. Size don't matter. We had Cortland Finnegan, guys. Remember that. They when I went back and I read some draft analysis on him, I think one scout compared him to Buda Baker. Now, if anybody knows about Buda Baker that was at Washington when Sidney Jones and them were there, he plays for Arizona. He's a safety. This kid is amazing. He'll smack you in your mouth. He's the guy that DK Metcalf hawked down. No pun intended. He's the guy that got the interception. DK, boom, right? But Elijah is going to be a playmaker. He's going to be one of those guys where when you need a play, he's going to make a play. He's going to be one of those guys where if I need a hit, he's going to hit you right here, but he's going to make you feel it. He may be small, but he's going to make plays, and he's always around the ball. When I seen his tape, Elijah is. I mean, he's just one of those guys. He reminds me of Byard. Not saying he's like Byard, but when Byard was coming out of college, something I noticed about Byard in his college tape was he was always around the ball. He was making plays around the ball, and that's why he's able to transition to the NFL very well. Key case in point, Byard was a senior as well. So that's me, man. What about you, Hawk? Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Okay. That looks good, Hawk. It's not blurry no more, brother.
Oh, it's not. Oh.
No, you good.
Okay. Good.
So what about you? What about you?
So I think this is a very solid pick. When his coach from the University of Washington stated that this guy here is the best player he's ever coached. This guy here gets it. He's smart. He's instinctive. He plays hard. He's gritty. And as you said, Jacques, he's going to be our starting nickel, okay? Elijah Molden was an all Pac-10 player as well, too. And you'd get him this late in the draft, right? He could be the steal of the draft for us. I'm really big on Elijah Molden. Now, I haven't seen him play yet. He ain't put the jersey on yet. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be down to the number 23. He ain't put the jersey on yet. But I have high expectations for Elijah Molden. I really do. High expectations. Because, one, we don't have a lot of corners. Christian Fulton. We got, Caleb Farley now, Chris Jackson, Janoris Jenkins. We don't have a lot of corners. So, Elijah Molden, it's your time, sir. Julio! Damon Beverly, what is good, bro?
Super chat, man.
Appreciate the super chat, bro.
Ding, ding, ding.
Julio! Damon Beverly, what's good? Thank you, good sir. Thank you. Thank you, man. So, I think Elijah Molden will be a great NFL player for us. And I'm very happy for him. I think he could be our best rookie in his class right now. You know, if Caleb Farley is not healthy, I think the next guy up would be Elijah Molden, man. I think he'd be in the league for a long time. He comes from a good pedigree. His dad was in the league, you know what I'm saying? And when his dad played, I remember him, play back with the Saints. And that wasn't that long ago. I mean, Elijah Molden his dad played in the late 90s, and he played a little bit with the Chargers. So he played in the league for 7 years. So he knows football. He comes from football, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm very happy to get Elijah Molden. Welcome.
Hey.
Julio! Arthur Crutcher.
Dirk time, I want to bring up 2 comments he said. First of all, he said it's going to be interesting between who starts week 1 between Molden and Fulton. Great point. And I'm glad he said this because, Hawk, I know you keep saying that we don't have enough corners, but I feel like the competition between corners is going to be very interesting because another comment, and it just shoehorns in, Dirk time says, hey, can't keep sleeping on Fulton because he had a bad rookie year because of C-19. Facts, no paper. Because what I'm saying with Fulton, once he gets comfortable, then that's another issue that you're going to run into. It's a good issue to have, but you can't never have too many good corners. But when you continue to have competition, hey, it's going to be, and Dirk time said it again. And then Al P, another one. He can jump over the safety if he needs to. Great point. Remember, the Titans run a 3-safety set. Great. I mean, come on now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Team leader. Hey, Molden, good pickup. I think everybody in the comments like the pick, man.
They do. They seem to like him more than any pick that we've discussed so far. I ain't heard any question marks or anything. They all feel like he could fill in and play it again. He's got to get on the field. He ain't on the field yet. But once he does, you know what I'm saying, some big things happen. I know he's eager to get on the field, man. You know what I'm saying? He's very eager, very eager.
Very
all
eager.
Right. So that's Elijah Molden. So the next guy on this draft board that we picked after Elijah Molden is a player that I think we've discussed more than anyone in the draft so far, bro. And that's the wide receiver out of Louisville, Dez Fitzpatrick. Right? Yep. This guy here. Lamar Jackson's receiver back when he was a freshman. Lamar was a senior. This guy was a 4-year starter at the University of Louisville. Okay, this guy is he has a lot of tape, and not just a lot of tape from Louisville, a lot of tape with the Titans. Of all the rookies, him and McGrath are the ones I've seen the most. Dillon Radunz too, but I've seen a lot more of Dez Fitzpatrick more than any player here, and so I want to hear the comments of what you guys have seen from Dez Fitzpatrick. I don't know if you guys follow Twitter or on Instagram. There's a lot of video on him. So talk to me, Jacques, man.
All right.
This your boy Dez. What's good, bro? We ain't talking about Dez Bryant. We talking about Dez Fitzpatrick. What's good,
So
brother?
this was the first receiver we picked up. And I was pissed because I thought that we should have went receiver early. Me and you discussed it. And I think everybody else was kind of like on the same page. Like, why the hell would we go and get somebody like Dez Fitzpatrick? So I said, you know what? Let me take my bias out. Let me take my emotional head off and put my logical head on. So I went and started doing a little research on Dez. He's a 4-year starter, like you said, Hawk, back when Lamar Jackson was playing. And I went back and looked at his freshman tape. He was eating. Okay? Another point. He's a senior. He was at the Senior Bowl, guys. Now, you guys, do you see a trend here? You see what John Robinson did? There's a trend going on. So when I look at his tape, one thing that I notice, he suffers with what I call AJ Brownism, okay? Arthur Juan Brownism, concentrated drops, okay? We love AJ, but we also got to criticize AJ too when he drops those concentrated balls. And I notice that with Dez sometimes. I'm like, okay, that should have been a catch, bro. That should have been a catch. Another flaw in this game that I see when coming out of his breaks, if you get a physical corner on him, you throw him off that route, it's gonna take some time for him to get reset and get back on his route. That's another thing. But people, I will say this. I like his length. I like his size. He's big and physical, okay? He can break tackles. When I was looking at film, I said something that I noticed. I noticed some catches he can't catch, but when it's time to catch those contested catches, he can do it. And those comeback routes, he's amazing at it. He reminds me of Tajay Sharp when Tajay Sharp is a receiver that barely drops balls, right? He's just not as big as AJ Brown and them. He's just a real skinny receiver. Nothing wrong with that. Dez is I think he's 6'1", maybe 6'2". Correct me if I'm wrong, Hawk. I'm about to look up his measurables now. I think he's about 6'1". I think 207, 208, one of them. Y'all can say it in the comments. Y'all know y'all going to look it up. But he can break tackles. His run after the catch, I was like, this is amazing. This is kind of weird. I said, why is he able to do stuff like this? Then I'm looking at him again. I said, okay, he's not fast, but he has that Derrick Henry speed because you look at Derrick Henry's You look at him, you physically look at him like he ain't fast, but you ain't catching him. It's hard to catch him. So it's something I noticed. He doesn't go down on the first tackle. I said, that's big because it fits our scheme. That's what we do, right? Something that I noticed in the Senior Bowl, he had 6 catches for 90 yards, okay? Let that sink in. 6 catches, people, 6 catches for 90 yards, all right? Something that I see a lot from him is he likes to make big catches in big times and big plays. Hawk, I think you mentioned it when we were talking about it. I think he has a stat of where it's like he catches balls from like 19 yards or 19 whatever. Okay, perfect. Circuit time, that's even better. 6'2", 210. That's ridiculous, right? He catches the long ball, okay? Something that I noticed. I said, okay, A.J. Brown only gets you about 6 or 7 catches a game, but it's about 200 yards per game, right? Because he's able to break tackles and he gets you that inside slant and he goes. I said, Dez sort of does the same thing. All right. Let's take the college part away. Let's go to minicamp. Looking at this kid in minicamp, and I said his first day, he was nervous. I said, all right. Second day, I'm like, okay, he's improved. Third day, he's improved again. And I'm constantly looking film. Number 10, he wears number 10, people. Looking at his footwork, I said, okay, he's not the fastest, but his footwork. Now, Hawk, you know you play ball. What did they tell you when you're going through the ladder?
Keep them feet moving.
Okay, keep the feet moving and worry about speed, right? Don't worry about speed, but I would like you to keep the feet moving, be consistent, and keep your technique.
That's right.
He has good technique. Something that I'm noticing about this kid, first of all, thanks to Julio, he doesn't have to come in and he doesn't have to start, y'all. That's number one. Number two, he gets to sit back and learn from A.J. Brown and Julio Jones, right? Another thing, too, his dad is a receivers coach. So his dad has made him where he's a smart kid. He's articulate. He's a very intelligent kid. I like the pick. I didn't like it at first. Matter of fact, I hated the pick. I didn't want no Dez. I'm like, who is this? Get this dude out of here. But as I'm continuing to look, and I'm like, okay, you know what? With some time, he doesn't have to be a starter. He'll get you maybe when he gets some playing time, those contested catches that you need. But eventually, he can build up to it if he becomes smarter and you just learn the game, right? So for me, I actually like the pick. I like the pick. I actually like him because now he's going to benefit from 2 studs that we have in that receiver room. He's going to benefit to the point where, hey, you're going to learn how to be an NFL receiver. And don't be surprised if he's in the league for 10 or 11 years. Let's don't be surprised. What about you, Hawk?
So I wasn't really high on this pick either because of the fact that we didn't have Julio, right? We didn't have a receiver. And I was like, okay, we don't have a receiver besides A.J. Brown. You should draft early. And it's like, you're telling me in the first receiver we drafted is in the 4th round. Are you kidding me, right?
Trash.
Yes. I was like, you got to be kidding me. There's many receivers that we could have drafted at that time. But the Titans are like, we're not going to invest that much in a wide receiver because we got A.J. Brown and we got some extra money for a free agent. So let's just do that. Let's go that route right now, right? And we'll wait down the road, maybe in 2 or 3 years to get a first-round receiver, second round, or whatever. We tried that with Corey Davis. Corey Davis was a hell of a ball player, no question about it. But to say he was the 5th pick of the draft, he didn't live to that expectation, right? That's a hell of an expectation to live by. So for Fitzpatrick, guys, who has helped train this guy? He goes by the name of Randy G. Moss. Okay, Randy Moss. He's worked with Randy Moss. Again, Lamar Jackson was his quarterback when he was young. He's been on the field a lot. He had a lot of playing. He was on the field a lot for 4 years at the University of Louisville. Fitzpatrick also as well in his senior year averaged 19 yards a catch, bro. That is deceptively good. Like, wow, right? That's a lot of yards per catch. 19 yards a catch, okay? So I wasn't high on the pick because of where we picked, okay? But for who we picked so far, I've been very impressed with Dez Fitzpatrick. I've seen him more than any of the rookies. I've been having my eye on him. One, because he's been there since day one in training camp, before camp, trying to work with Ryan Tannehill. He himself was just like, they asked him a question, how well you think you're going to do here and things like that. He was just like, hey, I'm just here to try to work hard and get better every day. That is my goal. And I see him being a humble guy. I see him a guy that's working hard. I see him running routes. I see him getting better every single day. I've seen the drills. I've seen his feet movement. I say he's a little faster than I thought because on film, some of the tape that I seen, some of the game, he didn't really look that fast.
Facts.
He looked heavy coming off his routes.
Facts.
He played big at receiver. You know what I'm saying? But then when you look at his stats, it's like, well, maybe I didn't look at all the right film. If you get 19 yards a catch,
right,
and you've been starting ever since like 2016. I mean, he's been out there. You know what I'm saying? So this guy here is a really good pickup at this spot. And I really think he has an opportunity to make this team. Ladies and gentlemen, just because you get drafted doesn't mean you're going to make the team. And the later round you get picked, the more likely you might not make the team, especially when you're in the 5th and the 6th round. You might not make this. The odds are actually against you the later you get drafted. Most players on the team are not 6th and 7th round picks, man. Always 1st to 3rd round picks. 4th round is, you see them so often. As you get later, it doesn't happen. So just because he's doing well right now doesn't mean, he's automatically going to make the team. But I will say that I think he has a great opportunity to not only make the team, but to get some playing time, maybe as a 4th receiver. So I'm happy with the pick. I like Dez. I like him a lot, actually. So
hey, that's fact. That's a hell of a breakdown because you're right, Hawk. As time went on, and like you said, just looking at what we've seen in minicamp, I'm like, I like him. I like his attitude, man. His attitude, he's not like a bonehead like Isaiah Wilson. And to come in and be articulate like that and to formulate your words and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to work hard. He's going to be great. You just got to give him time. You know what I mean? So, we got another one. We got another
Julio.
I've had dreams of this coming. Julio,
Titans Rossi. Julio. My voice was already hoarse before the show. It's going to get worse now, but I don't care, man. Julio. Julio. All right. So we've talked about Dez Fitzpatrick. Okay, and we've talked about the rookie so far that we had drafted. The next guy that we drafted was a guy that I saw on tape without actually trying to find him on tape. When you showed me tape of somebody else and I saw this guy and I asked you, who is this guy, right? It's this guy here, Rashad Weaver. The big, tall defensive end out of the University of Pittsburgh. University of Pittsburgh has provided it a lot of NFL players on defense. And is he going to, continue that trend? So those in the comment section, he has also been in Titans camp wearing the number 99. I've seen a little bit of him as well, too. I totally forgot about that as well. I have seen him on the field. What do you guys think about Rashad Weaver? Talk to us, those in the comment section. So, Jacques, what about you, brother? What do you think about Rashad Weaver, man?
Guys, funny story. Can I tell him the story, Hawk? I got to tell him the story.
Go ahead, brother.
So, I sent Hawk film on Patrick Jones. And I get on the phone. I'm like, Hawk, man, what you think about Patrick Jones? Man, what you think? He said, man, he good, but who's number 17? I was like, man, I don't know. He said, man, he eating. Bump Patrick Jones. Who is that? So, as he sit there, and I'm like, okay. I said, you know what? Damn, hold on. I go back and look. I said, damn, Hawk, right, 17. So I'm looking at this joker, 6'5", 270. From Cooper City High School, and he's from Florida, okay? So when I look at Weaver and Hawk, thank you, brother, because if it wasn't for you, he wouldn't have got on my radar. I love the length. I love the height. I love how he garnered attention. That's why Patrick Jones was able to succeed because of Rashad, right? He's not one of those guys that's going to get you that maybe 9-10 sacks. Now, I'm not going to say what he can do in the NFL, but what I like is his size and his length. We haven't had size and length like that since Derek Morgan and Arakpo, right?
Right.
And he's another senior, guys. He was at the Senior Bowl as well. I totally forgot. Like, literally, I totally forgot. I'm like, man, this joker was at the Senior Bowl. It's another prospect that John Robinson was able to scout from the Senior Bowl and actually look at tape and film. Patrick Jones, on the other hand, didn't have a good Senior Bowl. Hawk, you a genius, because when you looked at film, I was like, you know what? Hey, now the incident that he had, I didn't take too much stock in that because I'm like, hey, the legal issue thing that's happening, I get it. Basically, hopefully, hey, he can put that behind him, and it's a simple assault. I'm like, it's a simple assault. It's not like Isaiah Wilson out here partying, turning up at TSU and acting a fool. So it's one of those things. I was like, hey, another known good fact too is him and Bud Dupree are real good friends. Him playing at Pittsburgh, Bud Dupree being at Pittsburgh, he is mentored. So he's mentored Rashad Weaver. So it actually falls in. It falls into play. So not only will Rashawn get to sit back and learn, but he also get back and learn from one of the best to do it. Man, you know how much gems that he's going to be learning and just techniques and different things as he's going to take from Bud Dupree. Yep. So what I like is I'm like, hey, this allows not only Landry, hey, Fleetwood said the best. You know what I mean? Every skill Landry, and exactly. He's just bigger and faster. Landry's what? It's about 6'2", 6'1". He's big. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
so what I'm saying, I'm like, hey, when we got him, I damn near jumped out of my seat because I said that's a steal. Who didn't pick up Rashad Weaver when you had the chance? And we got him.
Yep.
Man, it's amazing. Yep. And just like you said, the Titans didn't know about the situation with his legal issues. But I say, hey, once he gets that out of his pocket, I think he'll be okay and he'll keep his head on straight. But hey, Pittsburgh produces some of the greatest defensive tackles and DNs to come out of just in the league. It's crazy, man. I mean, and Brady said it the best. I think it's another Aaron Donald situation. Same thing. That's a great point about his legal issue. That's a great point. Great point. But hey, I love the pick, man. It's one of the steals in the draft as well. What about you, Hawk?
So we've had a lot of comments about Weaver more than any other picks we've discussed. We got Darker Time saying Weaver is low-key my favorite pick. Okay, got you on that. Fleetwood Titan as well. Weaver brings every skill Landry brings, but only bigger and faster. Braden again with that comment about Rashad Weaver. Al P as well stated he has legal issues. Hopefully they won't get in the way. He'll be a steal of the draft. He can stand up, put his hand in the dirt. So yes, these are incredible comments. Again, guys, get those likes up. Get those likes up. We appreciate the knowledge that you guys have, man, that watches our show. You guys know all about the Titans just like we do. And so, yes, Weaver can be a low-key steal of this draft. I don't even know why he got drafted so late. Man, that's what I don't understand. And then, maybe the radar wasn't on him as much, but he was a first-team all-defensive player in this conference. And so when I told Jacques, when I did see the tape, again, we were not looking at him. We was looking at, what's the guy's name again? I forgot his name, just like that. Right, exactly. Patrick Jones. Right. But I kept saying, I see 85, but I like 17. That's what I said. That's a tall joker's getting around that corner. So Julio, sorry, I gotta throw that Julio in there. So I saw him and I was like, I like what I see out of Weaver. And when I see him in practice so far, just early, he's wearing that 99. He looks good in that 99. I said, man, he looks tall. He's got a lot of speed. And drafting him there that late in the 5th round, like really, we got that joker and that late in the draft. Welcome. I think Weaver's problem that I've seen, he plays very tall. Yep. And even when he comes around the corner, he's still upright. And so he's got to work on that lean. He's got to work on that bend, okay? He's got very good size. He's lean, but he's big. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times you guys have, he kind of plays like Jadeveon Clowney. You know what I'm saying? Clowney's faster. Clowney's ridiculously fast. But Clowney's not technical. That's why he doesn't get sacks. That's Clowney's problem. I think Rashad Weaver could run into the same issue, is the technical piece of it. Is he technical enough to get around that corner and make those sacks? So I think that's the issue here with Weaver as to why maybe he got drafted later than what his ability is. But he can change that narrative by coming onto the field, learning his skill, and getting better. So Jacques, I think your computer has crashed, bro. But that's okay. We'll get him back on. So that's what I think of Rashad Weaver. What do you all? I see Team Leader 2010 said Rashad Weaver is a steal. I agree. He is, man. I'm also looking at too, man. The fact that he said it reminds me of an Ed Too Tall Jones. Wow, throwback. Ed Too Tall Jones, the former Cowboy. Wow. I'm texting Jacques now. Okay. All right. He's getting back on. Okay. There he is. So
it's the internet, man.
Yeah, I know, man. Must be something going on around here, man. Because I said mine. I know my camera is not showing like it should. I hate that, man. Because I don't have. Yeah. I ain't got some rinky-dink internet. I got Xfinity. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why that's the case, but it's okay. Yes. But yeah, man. So Yeah, Durkin. And so, Jacques, you bring up a point that I didn't know, the fact that the Pittsburgh connection with Bud Dupree and Rashad Weaver. And I think that's a hell of a connection that will help work into our favor. You know what I'm saying? So,
Definitely.
Great
Definitely.
research there.
Thomas brings some breaking news. He said Patriots and Washington football team are close to finalizing a trade that will send Stephon Gilmore to Washington to play for Ron Rivera. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah. I knew they were trying to get Gilmore out of there. I do know that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do know that. So, wow.
Hey, Fleetwood Titans said, hey, our front seven is going to be scared. And you know what? I don't think we realize that. As Titans fans right now. Well, let me say this. I know we know, but I don't think we know what we really have until we put the product out there.
Right.
And this is why the preseason is going to be amazing, because it's going to allow players like Weave, and it's going to give second-year players like Larrell Murchison and Tia Tart some time to see what they can really be. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be very interesting, but I'm excited to see it. Like, let's just see what these boys got. But that, like you said, Hawk, that 99 look good, bro.
It does. That 99 look good. It does. So looking at the comments, look, we got some folks in here, man. Hey, man, we got 57 people on the show still watching, guys. We got Thomas. What's good, bro? What's happening? What is good? Donzel 86. Arthur Crutcher. Big Ronnie, what's good? What's happening? What is good, man? Again, Braden Hudson, what's happening? Donnie D, what's up? What's going on? What's up, y'all? All right, so again, my voice is getting more hoarse because I'm saying Julio. Okay, all right. So the next guy that we drafted, man, an SEC guy, that I didn't see a lot at LSU play. You know what I mean? But is this guy, Racey McGrath, out of Louisiana State, LSU, go Tigers, right? All right, so those in the comment section, I've seen a lot of him on film as far as with the Titans. He wears 81 out there. So what do you guys, tell us what you think out there as far as what you've seen out of Racey McGrath. I want to know what you think about Racey. Jacques, So talk to us, Jacques, about that boy Racey, man. What you think, brother?
Racey, man. So I like it. First of all, I like his size. He's 6'2", 211. Okay. I'm joking. He's thick. He's solid. The problem with Racey,
hit that like button, like Titan Rossi said. Absolutely. Hit that like button. Go ahead, Jacques. Sorry,
he didn't get the opportunities that he should have gotten. Think about it. Think about all the receivers that was in front of him and all the amazing talent that was in front of him prior to him getting the opportunity at LSU, right? You got that boy, Justin Jefferson, Chase. You got the other kid that just got drafted. What's his name, Hawk? He's slipping my mind because I actually wanted to draft him. The LSU receiver, the other one.
Terrence Marshall.
Terrence Marshall. He was another one. So he always had certain type of competition in front of him where he didn't get a chance to really shine. But I heard the Joker is fast as all get out. I don't know his 40 time, but I heard he's fast. I heard this is what I heard. It's something like sub 4.2 or whatever. He's going to be a hell of a special teams guy, and that's why I've heard he was really good at LSU with special teams. Of course, he didn't get an opportunity to play receiver too much, but his size, you can put him back there to return punts or even on the kick returns. See what he can do. Put him in a situation where he can succeed. But I'm gonna tell you about LSU receivers that a lot of people don't realize. A lot of late LSU receivers have been coming out the draft with this top-notch, this first-round talent, top 10 talent, right? But back in the day, you got Odell and you had Jarvis Landry. They wasn't that high. They were high. They were good draft picks, but they weren't high. LSU tends to produce good receivers and great receivers. Hey, Rashid, shout out for the super chat.
Shout out.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Rashid Majid, what is good, man? We should be dangerous on offense. Julio! Thank you, Rashid. Thank you.
What I see from Racey from his mini camp tape, he's a wild runner. He's super wild. Now, I mentioned earlier about the ladder drill. When you look at him do his ladder drill, his feet is all over the place. He's hitting the ladder. Your whole objective when doing a ladder drill is to get in, get out. Get in, get out. I don't care how fast you do it, but I want technique. I want you at least to be in there. Anytime you're doing a ladder drill, I don't care about your speed. I just care if you can get in there without touching the ladder, right?
Right.
Race is very wild. Now, how I would use him on offense, this is going to sound crazy, people. Hey, Danko, $5 super chat, brother. We appreciate it.
Danko, what is good? What's happening? What's good, brother? Danko Hawkins, what is good, homie? Roll Tide, Danko. Roll Tide, bro. Hey, we getting Alabama players here, bro.
And Arthur Crutcher said it the best. We're getting more physical, and we've added a speed element to it. What I can see him, he has 81. That's Jonu's old number, right? When I'm looking at him wearing 81, I say, damn, that joke about as big as Jonu. Okay. He can be a good gadget player. Not saying put him at tight end, but hell, he's about damn near big enough. He put on up 10, 20 more pounds. He can play tight end, right? He just need to learn how to block. But it's just not too much tape on him to really just judge him what he's done at LSU because he didn't get that much playing time. But his speed is what I think got him drafted that high. Because I wouldn't have drafted him that high, but come to find out his speed, and he's a special teams ace. So for me, I like the pick. It's a big question mark on it. I don't know what you expect, but I feel like out of all the players, all the receivers, he has a good shot. It sounds weird, but he has a real good shot. What about you, Hawk?
So when I think of Racey McMath, man, I think of special teams. Okay. He does look like Don Smith with the 81 on. You know what I'm saying? And you can't see it clearly on the field because, watching it on Instagram or on our YouTube or on a laptop. So I don't know his size versus Jonu because, when you look at the weight and height, Jonu's he's 240 out, 250 out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know McMath is that heavy, but McMath does have good size. And I would say that I think McMath is a special teams pick because we need special teamers. We picked up Farley, Mateus Farley from the Jets. I think we're trying to get better on special teams. And I think this is what this type of pick is. I don't know if he'll get a lot of playing time at wide receiver, not as a rookie. I'd be surprised. But especially for the fact that we just signed Julio, right? We just signed him. And you got Fitzpatrick, you got other guys, Chester Rogers, that's trying to get some playing time. It's Cameron Batson, all those guys, right? So I think for him right now, he needs to focus on not say catching the ball, but tackling people. I think he needs to maybe, make sure he can return a punt or two, right? Maybe a kickoff or so. I think but it's going to work for him to help to make the team. I think he will. I shared this with you. He's a late pick. I say he might make the team more than most of these guys because he can play special teams. Dez Fitzpatrick is not a special teamer, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? I don't know of his special teams history. I don't see it. Rashad Weaver, don't know if he's a special team. He's a tall DN. You know what I'm saying? So McMath is a combo guy. He's got good size. He has great speed, returning kicks, makes tackles. That's where his niche is going to be early in his career. If he happens to crack the code a few years down the road, then great. Make special teams, McMath. Race, if you want to make it to the league next year, make it on special teams. Go down there, be a gunner, make a tackle.
Right. Darker time, hey, great point. Fullback or tight end. I'm telling you, he's probably going to have to make a position change because he's so big. But, I mean, for you to be that big and fast and strong, I mean, it's ridiculous. And it's just like Darker Time said at LSU, Race was a gunner. I'm telling you, like that's where he made his bread. You know what I mean? Was on special teams. So he knows it. He definitely knows it.
That's right. So in our draft as well, this was our final pick that we had in the draft. And that's the defensive back out of Oregon, Brady Breeze, 25 on the field. Brady Breeze. We've seen a little bit of him as well, too, on film. I've seen him as well in camp, man. Those in the comment section, talk to us about Brady Breeze. He's got a cool name. I like his name, Breeze, right? I like his name. So what you guys think about Brady Breeze? Talk to us. So I'm trying to look at what they're saying about. So they're saying the same thing we're saying about McMath, man. The special teams guy, good size, return guy, specialty guy. So we agree. So what about Brady Breeze, Hawk?
So and it's a cool story. I don't think everybody knows the story, but Brady Breeze's dad, I think, played in the NFL. And Eric Molden's dad, of course, played in the NFL. And I know both of them are real good friends. They're real good friends, like Brady Breeze and Eric Molden. And I think Brady Breeze ended up, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a story where they played against each other, and I think he messed up Eric Molden's skull or something like that. I think he hit him that hard. It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I don't know too much about Brady, but I know his standout and what helped him get drafted was he was a 2020 Rose Bowl defensive MVP.
Yep.
Now, I don't have the stats, but I heard this kid had a hell of a game. I heard the game was crazy. So he's another guy that's going to be a good special teams guy. Like we're trying to load up on special teams to make sure that the special teams is where we need it to be. So it's a good pickup for special teams. He'll make the team strictly on special teams. Yeah, I mean, strictly on special teams. Now he might luck up and get a spot, a safety spot, but I can just see him being more of special teams versus what we have now. Just to look at the safeties we have now. Good luck, but he's going to have to be a special teams ace in order to make this team. So, but I'm telling you, man, I've heard about the Rose Bowl. I didn't get to see the actual film. I think I will do some homework on that because I want to see how it was. But, I mean, what you think, Hawk? Talk to me.
Brady Breeze is a special teamer, okay? I know on the field right now he's wearing 33 for the Titans. In the Pac-12 last year, he made first-team all Pac-12 special teams, okay? That's going to be his calling card for right now. Now, I will say, when you look at our roster at safety, we're kind of thin at safety as far as depth for right now, okay? A lot of guys are gone at safety. The next guy would probably be Elijah Molden. You know, if there was ever a replacement for a safety as a backup. Breeze might crack the lineup in that regard, but I think for him, just like McMath, both of them should be roommates, and they both should be outside every day tackling dummies or just making tackles because that's what they're going to do on special teams if they want to make the team this late in the draft. And I think he has an opportunity to do that. Brady Breeze's roommate was the quarterback, Justin Herbert, for the Chargers. They were roommates and like best friends. And so he has ability and he's smart. You know what I'm saying? You can tell on film, on defense, that the games that I've seen of tape of him, he's very instinctive. He makes a lot of tackles. He's kind of all over the field. He's really a good player. But I think he's going to make his mark early on special teams. And then if he gets better as he gets older, then maybe you can see him playing some safety, getting some playing time. He might get some P2 at times, but I don't think early as a rookie. He'll be on special teams, man. He's a special teamer just like McMath. These are special teamers for right now.
I agree.
So Aiden Clark just said, just came in. AJ wants to give Julio number 11. Really?
That's cool. Wow. I mean, you got to respect it.
Yep. AJ must be wanting to wear a single-digit number, man. Or he's like, man, I got to stay as a man of my word, bro. You know what I mean? Wow. Okay, 11. Okay, all right. Right. Okay. So we talked about that early in the show as far as what number you guys think. Most of us, thought the number 8. He's going to rock. If he rocks 11, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Right.
So we got other people here in the comment section that just got on. Chris, what's good, Chris? We got Habs and 7. Hockey guy, what's going on, brother? What's happening? What is good? Pistol grip pump in my lap at all times. What's up, bro? What's good? 42 tribe, excuse me. Okay, all right, I see you. We got Danko here as well. Danko was talking about McMath. We see you, good brother.
I'm in the rough. What up, fellas? I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
So, Hawk, I know we gave our grades. We said that. I told you I wanted to do one question after we went through the draft picks. And people in the comments, you can answer it too. Out of this entire draft class, you can give me 2 players that you think are going to contribute day 1, week 1 of the 2021 NFL season. I'm going to comment. People in the comments, go ahead and shoot it out. And Hawk, talk to me.
Okay.
2 players.
So, as you know, for me, I still overall, from a grade standpoint, I still where I stand as a C for this draft class. Okay. I still stand there because I think these guys are a lot of unproven guys. Even, I don't know if you guys have heard, we even signed this guy here, Adam Kuhn. Okay. He's an offensive lineman. He hasn't played any football since high school. Okay. This guy was an all-time wrestler in high school. And so he's now going to be, trying on as an offensive lineman for the Tennessee Titans. Welcome, Adam Kuhn. Hey, good luck to you, brother. Hey, go out there and do what you do. Play guard, whatever it is that you do. But for me, Jacques, man, when I think of players who can make an impact day 1, week 1, right? I'm gonna show you their pictures, bro. These are just my guys that can come in and get some playing time and play right away. Now, assuming that they're healthy, assuming the plight by then they should be healthy. This guy right here, Elijah Molden. I think day one he'll be ready. They say he's got some injuries, but they say he should be ready by week 1. So should and could. I mean, I know there's a lot of differences between should, could, would, or whatever, but I really believe he'll be there. I don't think his injury is that hampering. I think it'll be this guy and this guy right here. Dez Fitzpatrick.
Wow.
I do. I think these are two guys.
Wow.
They week 1. Now understand the question that you asked.
Okay.
Week one.
Okay.
That they'll be ready. Of
Wow.
those players.
I'm surprised with the Fitzpatrick. Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
When I look at the other guys, I think Monty Rice might not get a lot of playing time week 1. Might special teams guy, just kind of waiting. Caleb Farley won't be there. He's not gonna be there week 1. Rashad Weaver, we got Bud Dupree and these guys. Harold Landry, they're gonna play much. McRath and Brady Breeze, they're gonna be doing a lot of tackling on special teams. Dillon Radunz, we got the offensive lineman from the Browns, Lamb, and Taylor LeBron. So, so those are the guys I think. So what about those in the comment section? What you guys think? What about you, Jacques?
For me, and go back to your point when you was talking about the draft. Like I said, I'm sticking with a B, because I just like what they did for the future. I'm not when I look at the draft, I don't look at some. For me, it's rarely when I look at immediate impact, right? I look at the draft as what we're building for the future, and that's how we've been able to build a successful winning culture and this team is through the draft and with a winning mindset through the draft. And it didn't happen overnight, but year 2, year 3, year 4, you're starting to see. So that's how I look at the draft. I look at the future of what we can do in the future versus now. So that's how I'm looking at the draft. But I still get a draft for B. For me, I go Molden. I told you earlier that Joker's a nickel. I mean, starting week 1. If he's healthy, you're going to plug him in. He's going to get it like that. I mean, he probably make a couple of plays. It's going to be ridiculous, right? My second pick would be Dillon Radunz, the right tackle. I know we have Lamb. I do. But I feel like for some reason, just in my gut, I feel like he's just going to be thrown into the fire in that right tackle spot, almost how Conklin was when he was a rookie. You see, we were thinking he was going to give him time to develop. Now he got thrown in the fire. And I feel like what Runs is able to do, he's able to learn very quick and he's very smart. And I think he has really no choice but to get thrown in the fire with us getting rid of Dennis Kelly, which I never thought we should have done that. But I'm like, hey, I understand. But those are my 2 picks. Like you said, with the linebacker Rice, I just feel like the room is too crowded right now. And I feel like just sit back, kid, and just learn. With Fitzpatrick, I feel like he will get some time to get in there and play and do what he has to do. The receiver room, wide receiver room and the cornerback room is going to be the most interesting rooms this year because you have so much just unproven talent in that room, but it's talent. Like I'm seeing just talent that just can come out of that room, and it'll be upsetting because it's a good thing to have a bunch of talent, and it's having a decision to be like, okay, who do I start? Should I start him? Should I start him? They both are good. How do I get both of them on the field? So I think that's an issue that the Titans are going to run into of, hey, we got so much talent. We don't know what the hell to do with it, right? It's good. Yep. Can't never have too much bullets in the chamber, right? Gotta have to. Yep. Gotta have it. So I think that's where we're going to run into an issue coming in the next couple of years. And like, man, we got a lot of talent in here, bro. What we do with it? Do we trade it away? Do we keep it? What happens? We ain't even talked about Reynolds from the receiver Reynolds, right?
Right. We haven't.
What impact does he bring? You see what I'm saying? Like I was telling Hawk earlier, and then we'll answer some comments, some chats in the comments after I make this point. So get those questions ready, guys. But what I was telling Hawk earlier offline was this allows the pickup of Julio Jones. This allows those other receivers like Chester Rogers, Fitzpatrick, Reynolds. What's his shout out to Tighten Upload because Tighten Upload interviewed Mason Kinsey. I know he's out there trying to compete for a spot.
Right.
This allows other receivers to kind of step up and say, hey, can I get that fourth receiver position or can I get that slot position? Because it's not guaranteed for Reynolds to get it. He's going to make it. He's going to get that slot position. But I'm just saying, if I know they're getting attention on the outside and I'm in the slot, I'm about to eat. okay, one-on-one action with me, I'm about to have a ball.
Yeah.
So even on the defensive side of the ball, same thing. If I get an opportunity and I know Big Jeff is getting double team or Archer's drawing attention and I'm Weaver, I'm about to have a ball. I'm about to take advantage of my opportunities while I'm still here. So I just look at it like that. You have an opportunity, take advantage of it because these other guys are going to eat. We need y'all to step up in the right times. So this is exciting, man. I'm super excited going into this season, dog.
Cool, man. Okay, good stuff. So we have a lot of folks that say Caleb Farley. I mean, they're saying that they think he'll be ready week 1. From what we hear, that's not the case.
Right.
Given what he has to overcome, it's going to be difficult. I mean, I hope he is, but if he's not ready, he's trying to pull himself out there, don't do it. Give yourself some time to heal. You have plenty of time to get on the field. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
so yes, Jacques. So we're gonna open up the floor for questions, bro. I'm interested to know.
Let's do it.
Somebody asked a question about Ferkser. I'm trying to think.
I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun. Type 1 if you're excited about the season, and type 2 if you're having fun, man. Tighten up. And what you say, Hawk? What you say, Hawk?
Julio. Man.
Yes,
sir. So somebody asked J.D. Richardson, who else is going to step up at tight end besides Anthony Ferkser? Nate Kingston said 1-2. I'm the same way, bro. 1-2 for me too, man. 1 and 2, absolutely. 1 and 2, absolutely.
Having fun. That's a great question. I don't think John Robinson is done yet. I feel like he's gonna bring in another tight end, just who it is. I know we got a kid from Alabama.
Yep.
I think
and the guy from Vanderbilt too.
And the guy from Vanderbilt. And then I think we still got Swarm as well. Swaim or whatever. Yep. Yeah, those are who we got to rock with for now. But I mean, think about it. Think about it like this. You have Julio and you have AJ Brown. My primary targets is X and Y, right? My tight end he's there for just an extra weapon. You know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, we need to go out and just trade for another premier tight end. In my opinion, I think we should, like a OJ Howard or it's anybody's. But
yeah,
Pinkney, I like it.
Yep, that's Pinkney from Vanderbilt. Fleetwood, a tight. Pinkney was a 4-star recruit too, coming out of, and that's right, Miller 4-star from Alabama. That is correct. That's correct. 1-2. That's absolutely mic check. 1-2. Yeah. So. Nate Kingsland, I've heard the same thing about Zach Ertz as an option for us.
A 5th-round pick.
Brable, what's up, bro? What's going on, man?
Here. What up, Braves?
What up, Braves? What's good? How you doing, Coach? How you doing, man? So, when I look at Zach Ertz, and I do think that we have enough room to sign a tight end to maybe a $2 to $3 million deal. I think we actually do need another tight end. I like Ferkser. I like the contract that he signed. He got paid. He earned it, right? But I do think that's still an opportunity for us to pick up a tight end. And so I see somebody put Eifert on there as well, too, as a free agent. There are tight ends out there. Right. And we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I think we're not settled at tight. I'm not walking away happy at tight end, if that makes sense. You know
agree.
What I'm saying?
I agree.
No.
I agree. I'm not excited about it either. I mean, just imagine. And you still got Delaney out there, too, guys. So don't discredit that, because it could be where if the Titans get desperate, hey, call up Delaney, because Delaney he's an option out there too. I know he had a workout and a tryout with San Francisco, but I would love to bring back Delaney. To give Delaney an opportunity to get a Super Bowl, I think this is the fine time to do it, because just imagine you not only have Julio Jones, AJ Brown, Tannehill, Derrick Henry, and you add Delaney Walker to the mix. That's scary, man. That's scary.
Yep. That is, man. That is. All right, what other question? What we got, Jacques?
What about the additions of Aubrey Jones and Coley? What you think, Ho?
Well,
they're good defense tackles.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, exactly. So I think, man, right now, when I look at that situation, I'm looking at it as depth, right? I'm looking at, he played at Jacksonville, and that's Avery Jones. Right. As well too, when I look at him, over the past few years, he didn't play a lot. He's a big D tackle. I think his rookie he only had maybe 2 or 3 sacks. So it's a filler. You know what I'm saying? It's a filler guy. We need depth, and so I'm fine with it. Why not? Just look, come on in, compete, because I think they're trying to get the Tier Tart spot. So come on in, compete, and let's see who can beat out Tier Tart.
I agree. Rocky YT say, y'all think Titans should sign Melvin Ingram? He would have to start.
Depends on the money.
It depends on the money, and I'm expecting Melvin to come here and start. It'll be a good pickup. I mean, you just add to the room. At that point, you just add to the room. And now he would be a good option for next year if we don't bring back Jayon or we don't resign Rashaan Evans. Then I would say go for it.
Right. Correct. That's right. Depends on that money, man. What does that scribe say at the end of the contract, bro? You know what I'm saying? If it fits, sign him. But I would prefer, if you had a few extra $1 million, sign a tight end over Melvin Ingram.
I agree.
Eric Ingram called us the Tennessee. Yeah, we saw the Tennessee Nets, man. Hey, that's showing a lot of respect.
Hey, the league is on notice. I'm telling you, the league is on notice. I've seen more posts from other non-Titans accounts, couple of accounts I follow, and they're really invested in this. And I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, okay, the league is on. I know. Was Jalen commented on it, man? Jalen wanted him to come to the Rams. Yep. And Jalen straight up said, hey, 615 in the building. He knows.
That's right. He does know. He knows. Jalen knows how the Titan fans feel. I mean, he's from Nashville. He knows what's up.
Right.
East Nashville Nets. That's funny. Let's see. Let's look at some other questions we got here. Let's see what Jock, you got it, brother. Whatever question you pop up, man, we're going to address, bro.
Let me find them, brother. Y'all can't put them up. Well, let me see what we got here. They see our vision. I like that. You're right. They do. I'm telling you, like, we can't hide no more. Hey, Durkin time. And what did I tell you earlier when we was offline?
About what, Jalen Ramsey?
Yep, coming back. He wants to come back. He wants to come home. He wants to come home.
He loves LA now. Let's not get it twisted. He loves being in LA. But
I love LA too.
I know. But I think his preference is to be back home. And he's regarded as a legend around here. You know what I'm saying? And man, once if you're from the city, from Tennessee, I mean, everywhere you go, wherever you're from, you're going to have pride in it. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you're from, man. And everyone I know from here, they have pride in being from Nashville. So he would love to play from home, definitely.
Have we heard of Torrey Carter? I haven't heard of him, but I think I've seen him in mini camp. He's like a fullback or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dirk.
Yeah, I think he is a fullback.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. He's a fullback. He played at LSU. I think that's where he played. And I haven't seen a lot of him, you know what I'm saying? But from what I heard, he's a fullback, kind of a H-back, fullback type of a guy.
For Fleetwood Titans, will we now get flex for those late season games? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me with the tension that we're guarding now. Yeah, definitely. Especially if we're winning. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you all? And I say this: the next show that we have, we're going to talk about the schedule.
Oh yeah,
okay? We're going to start getting into the schedule.
Infamous schedule show, man.
Yep. Part 1, we're going to look at it, and we'll see. Preseason ain't started yet. We still got some time, but we'll definitely talk about the schedule. Melvin tweeted that he.
And Hawk, what did I tell you earlier? And this is why I would like to sell up Julio for like a long-term deal, is because he will bring not only just himself, but more free agents will want to come to Nashville and come play for the Titans.
Yep. And look, if you visit the city of Nashville as a player, you'll be like, wow, man, this city is popping every day. I mean, it's nice. Cost of living is still fairly decent. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I can see us attracting more free agents than we've had in the past.
Hey, great pick. Great question, LP. So he said, with Julio, do you see us winning 13 or 14 games this year? AFC Championship or Super Bowl?
Yeah. LP, I have an answer for you, LP.
Go ahead, Hope.
Wait till our next show.
Yeah, you have to wait
till the next show because I don't know yet.
Yeah,
I got to go through the schedule. I picked it apart. Yeah, I'll discuss. The schedule is more difficult this year than it was last year, but it's not where we can't make the playoffs. Okay, because we still have Houston and Jacksonville twice on our schedule. That's 4 games right there, 4 wins for us, right?
Hey, I would say this. Me and Hawk had a mini conversation about it offline about a couple of weeks ago. But like he said, wait till the show. You'll have to stay tuned.
Can't give you too much smoke. Right.
Yeah, stay tuned. You stay tuned. Yep. You'll see. Stay tuned.
Yep. Right.
LP said to be continued. Hey, there we go. Hey, pistol grip. Kansas City.
Kansas City is still going to be a challenge, y'all.
It's going to be a challenge, but I think we. Let me say this. I still think we need a tight end to just add that to that circle. But can we compete with them now? Oh, hell yeah. In my opinion, I believe we can. Guarding injuries, I think we can compete. But you just
Our defense better be ready.
Exactly follow the same
DBs.
Tampa Bay gave you the blueprint on how to beat Kansas City. I'm just gonna leave that there.
Yep.
I'll just leave that there.
Max DeBoard, what's good? He thinks we beating Kansas City. Okay, we will be. I hope so. I tell you this. If you had asked me that question last year, I'd have been like, man, you're smoking really good right now. But I do feel a little bit different because you know why? You know why? Because we got Julio! Julio! Yes, sir.
That's facts. Like, hey, seriously.
Okay, says you're not lying. When I want to get out of Memphis, I go ahead and go down the street to the Ville, straight to Pancake. I got you. My wife's from Memphis, so so she loves it here. You know what I mean? And she's been here for many years now. But now I do like Memphis now. I mean, there's a lot to do with Memphis. Memphis is a cool city. You know what I'm saying? But Memphis and Nashville, you get different things out of both cities, and so I can understand that. I mean, Nashville is one of the top tourist cities in the country. And so yeah, man.
Ooh, there we go. Darker time. We're going to see how long it can take them to get their offensive line. That's a great point. Great point.
Yep.
Hey, so
Kansas City's problem.
Max DeBoer said our style of physical football, and that's another thing too. That's a great point because we've gotten physical. We've gotten physicaler. That's not even a word. We've gotten more physical with adding Julio to the fold. So you got two wide receivers that can break tackles, right?
Right.
You got bigger at wide receiver because Reynolds is about 6'2", 6'3".
Yep.
He's tall. You got Fitzpatrick, who is tall. We still got Big Henry back there. So your team, your offense has gotten bigger.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna say faster, but we've gotten bigger. So that's a challenge that could proceed. Because I'm gonna say this about Kansas City's defense. Kansas City's defense is good as a collective, but they don't scare me, right?
At all.
You take Patrick Mahomes away, Kansas City is average at best. I'm going to be straight 100 with you. They're average at best. Any Kansas City fan that want to debate me with that, come on, bring it, because you're average at best. We've seen it. You'll be a good playoff team, but Patrick Mahomes elevates you, right? So, we got a question. Do you think J-Rob can get Julio to restructure for a cap-friendly longer-term deal? I think he can.
Yeah, it depends on what he does this year.
He going to have to.
It just depends. He's 32. I mean, I think they tried to do that with Jadeveon Clowney. It just didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? But I think, yes, it can happen. Yes, it can happen. Depends on how well he does. He balls out and goes crazy, probably not. But if he does decent and does pretty well, and he sees a long term to say, I want to win a Super Bowl, I'm 32 years old, going on 33, probably so.
Right.
They can't put 9 in the box now at all.
That's facts. I mean, you because if that's the case, you get that one-on-one on the outside. Only thing Tannehill has to do is just throw it up and trust this guy.
That's right. That's
all he has to do.
Look, keep Julio's body in one of those vaulted chambers, man. Keep him healthy, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. If he's on the field and AJ Brown is on the field, bro, Derrick Henry should eat, man.
Man, he gonna have a ball. So Darker Time, Clowney had a terrible attitude. You know what? The 2020 season was filled with that. With Isaiah Wilson left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and then Clowney, his attitude was kind of janky. But I feel like we're back on we're back where we need to be, just mentally, physically, just smart football players. And I think C19 had a lot to play with that because you didn't have a lot to work with. Right. You know what I mean? So
can I tell you why I think Jadeveon Clowney had a bad attitude? I'm actually going to take up for Clowney in this regard.
Go ahead.
Okay, it's the scheme. Okay. Mm-hmm. Clowney is not an outside linebacker, and that's what he played with us. He's a hand in the ground defensive end. Okay, he played out of position. Now he did not live up to his contract and did not have a good season. Only played 3 games or whatever. The attitude, not his attitude, his effort was there. I just literally think he was out of position. It probably frustrated him because he wants to prove I'm worth this money. So I know he left saying a few things, you know what I'm saying? I get that where it looks like his attitude sucks and some things he said I didn't agree with either. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, you haven't lived up to your contract in your entire career. Okay, you just haven't. But I think he's more of a 4-3 guy. I think he's, that's his spot. He had to cover receivers and tight ends last year. I think he's just out of position. But we'll see, man. I think he just has not been in the right. And in Cleveland, what's going to help him which sucks, honestly, is that he has Myles Garrett on the other side. So that's going to make him look better, too, right? It's not so much – here he's supposed to have been the dude, and he wasn't the guy. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. He sucks next year. He won't be in the league long, okay? Because he'll play out of his contract. He will play out where no one will pay him anything.
Right. Time, wasn't that the same scheme that he broke out in Houston? Was it? Did they run a 4-3 in Houston or 3-4?
They ran a 4-3, and he did.
Okay.
He did okay. You know, put it like this: he did good enough to get a big contract.
Right.
So your contract is based on how you play. You know, maybe the sacks might not show. His efficiency shows. You know, one thing he does very well, he stops the run. He has a lot of tackles for losses. We don't really talk about that. Clowney does that. But in Tennessee, it was not a fit for him. It just wasn't. That's like putting Shaq on the Golden State Warriors. This is not a fit. You know what I mean? You got a bunch of shooters. You got somebody that can't make free throws, and he's a dunker. It's just not a good fit. So
he got to stay healthy too.
My opinion on that.
That's another thing too. He got to stay healthy. Got to stay healthy. That's what's hurting him too. Is his health. He can't stay healthy.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I'll take Bud Dupree over him any day. I'm just sorry. Like Bud Dupree, he's similar to Bud Dupree, but Bud Dupree's more fast. He's quick. He's just strong. He hits hard. I just like Bud Dupree better, man. So
Bud Dupree's better than Jadeveon Clowney. There's no question about it. He's better.
C19, man, it threw everything off. So I think it was one of those panic buys you had to do. Like I have to panic and I have to do something. You know what I mean? So
right.
Was it Kadoro? I believe we will win the opener and KC.
What's going on?
Browns.
Kadero Bobo, what's good?
In my opinion.
I believe we win the opener. See, we lose against
it's
the Browns.
It's a good challenge.
Okay.
Hey. Great.
Cleveland is a very good football team.
Yes.
Don't sleep on the Cleveland Browns. I'm a believer in the Browns. I'm telling you. I really think they'll make the playoffs and they'll do pretty well. I do.
So, funny story. I know me and Hawk talked about this years ago. And me and Hawk kept saying, man, everybody better watch out for Cleveland. Watch out for Cleveland. Watch out for Cleveland. Cleveland is a coach away from being good. Now, with the additions that they got, I mean, they're pretty solid. But I would say this, Kadoro, the Titans do very well against NFC teams, so I can see us definitely winning that game. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got. If you haven't seen Colin Coward's comments on his signing, please go watch. The guy is the biggest Titan hater ever. It makes sense.
Wow,
I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
I have to see this. I've seen Colin Cowherd talk good about the Titans too. I've heard a mixed bag with Colin Cowherd with the Titans, so I had to check that out.
Oh, 42 tribes. Okay, I did not know that. He said they ran a 3-4 in Houston, but he has evolved into more of a 3-4 defensive end. Okay. But you think about
with Houston, I was thinking, I know that Clowney and J.J. Watt. I know they had Antonio Smith, and I thought they had another guy in the middle too, like as an interior D lineman. Nah, he's a linebacker. Okay, maybe so. Maybe so. He might be right.
If that's the case, he did good in Houston, but I mean, J.J. Watt owned that line, man, and he didn't really take advantage sometimes of his opportunities either. So that's
facts, no paper. That's a fact, bro.
Hey, Clowney was a product of that big hit at South Carolina that got on the number 1 overall pick. He didn't really live up to that number 1 overall pick.
And he did run. And he ran a 4.4 at 6.7. Like he had all the measurables to be the top pick. Yes,
exactly.
And never lived up to it.
They just never lived up to it. So that was my thing. I was like, he just never really lived up to it. So I mean, you sometimes your name and what you can bring and your potential keeps you in the league.
Right.
If you didn't really have potential, hey, it's crazy. So Max, he asked, do y'all think we should switch to a 4-3? Now, me and Hawker talked about this. I know Hawk is all in favor of switching to a 4-3.
All in favor of 4-3.
I agree.
Max, for many shows, I've been saying we should run a 4-3 based on the personnel that you have, right? We have the personnel of a 4-3, not a 3-4. And I mean, the defense was shredded last year, like shredded cheese on a taco, right? That's how we look. And it was frustrating to see that we didn't make any adjustments, and we did not. And so we have to see. We need to be I think a 4-3 work better for us based on the personnel. We have Harold Landry out there. Now you got Bud Dupree. You got 2 fast pass rushers out there. They're not linebackers, man. They're not guys that can eat up eat up tackles at their spot. You got Jeffrey Simmons, you got Tierra Tart. You put your front four on there, man, let them act the clown. That's what Tampa does. Tampa runs a 4-3. That's what they do. That's why they're successful. And it pisses me off that we don't do that.
Right.
I'm very passionate about our defensive scheme. It sucks. We have talent and we just don't use it.
Let's hope that changes, though. Let's just hope it changes. And Al P, great point. Jim Schwartz. Boom. Do you want to know who's going to be calling the defense secretly behind the scenes? That guy. And he was successful when he was with us.
Yeah.
He was successful, and that's what got him a head coaching job and another defense coordinator job.
That's right.
So I can definitely see that coming in.
Hopefully, because Mike Vrabel still runs the reins, bro.
He does.
You know what I'm saying?
I
it's
agree.
Mike Vrabel. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying?
That's when we were successful when we ran a 4-3. That's when our defense was. I'm not saying our defense is not successful, but switching to a 3-4, I think kind of hurt us versus a 4-3. So I'm with y'all. I would love to switch back to a 4-3 because I think we have the players to do it. I don't believe in my end guys playing outside linebackers. I just don't think you have the body type to do it. Some can, but I just think you should be all about rushing the passer. That's what you should do.
Yep. Agreed.
And I would like to get more aggressive in our blitz packages as well. So that's another thing that I would love to see.
Right. Facts.
And you know, darker time, boy, you bring it. Vrabel did mention that. Vrabel mentioned personnel. Vrabel said, hey, we didn't have the talent. Now, you throwing your guys under the bus when you say that.
Hey,
but
he threw them not only on the bus, but he threw them on the unemployment line too, bro.
He did.
He cut them jokers, bro.
He did. At the end of the day, like you said, he runs the show. It's him.
Yep.
Can't be mad at it. Archer and Bud Dupree will help that. I agree.
It will, based on if to say we had to run a 4-3, it would, because you would put your best 4 D linemen out there on the field, man, and let them run wild. That's what Tampa, to beat Patrick Mahomes and quarterbacks like Deshaun Watson and those guys consistently without having. People can say we beat Houston twice last year, and I get that, but how many times we were scared that we were going to lose? We won at the last second of the game against the Houston Texans, right? Because they have an incredible quarterback. So to keep those quarterbacks contained and to kind of keep them frustrated, you got to come at them jokers and not worry about it. You got to blitz and not be afraid of what happens on the backside of the field. Go for them jokers, man. And if they want to run on the outside, we got help on the outside. So
definitely. Yep, definitely. Also, Kadora, I'm reading your question here and your comment. What you can do is subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. So if we have anybody here that hasn't subscribed to the channel, do that now, and then push that notification bell because that's going to let you know when we go live and when we post shows. So definitely do that, and that'll definitely let you know, hey, we here, schedule's out, do we got to do? Boom, boom, boom. But he says it's going to be funny watching the media networks talk about the Titans tomorrow, knowing they hate to mention us as part team NFL, and that's facts. That's facts. That's facts. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where, like I was telling you earlier, Hawk, they don't show us no respect. We supposed to be the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? And with that, once you make moves like how we've been making them and how we've been winning, you ain't got no choice but to respect us. They can talk about us all day and how this is not going to fit. And I guarantee you they'll say, well, Tannehill can't get them the ball, and Tannehill can't do this, and Tannehill can't do that. But Tannehill's gotten us to an AFC championship. Tannehill almost threw for 4,000 yards last year. Tannehill's been out here balling. So they can dismiss me with that. That's why, guys, listen to us. Bump the media, man. They just out there for show, and they some clowns. Not all of them, but some of them.
Yep. So the key of it, man, is too, man, at the end of the day, you got to tackle Derrick Henry, right? You got to try to make that. Ask Josh Norman that, right? Hey, you got to ask Josh Norman, bro. That's how it looks when you try to tackle the king, right? That's the king right there. You got to tackle AJ Brown as well, too, right? You got to tackle this guy. This guy's no light guy. You know what I mean? You got to bring your weapons when you try to tackle this guy. Now you got to try to tackle Julio Jones, right? Julio, right? So let's have all the critics, when they say the Titans going to lose here and all this stuff, have them looking like this, man, at the end of the day. Like, man, I should have picked the Titans. I should have put my money on the Titans. You know what I'm saying? Offensively, we have weapons. I'm good. We were already number 4 in the league last year in offense. Our offense is straight. Our offensive line is one of the best in the league, especially our run offense. Derrick Henry, the best running back in the game. You look at Julio and AJ Brown, arguably now maybe the best two tandem of receivers in the league with Josh Reynolds as your third receiver. I mean, our receivers are something to be reckoned with. Tight ends a little iffy, but we have definitely an AFC Championship to Super Bowl offense. It's on our defense. If we want to make the playoffs, we better get our defense straight.
Hey, to piggyback off that, and we're going to shoehorn into that, Max had it. He says, so do y'all think our offense should be aggressive or conservative to help our defense? Great question. What you think, Hawk?
Look at A.J. Brown's expression. This should give you the answer, bro. See that? Aggressive. You're conservative when you're lacking something. That's why you try to be conservative. Like, we got this. We ain't really got that. We ain't trying to show that. When you have talent, utilize it, man, because it's only a short period of time. When you have a really good team, you better win the Super Bowl. Be aggressive. What about you, Jacques?
I agree. Be aggressive. When we've been aggressive, and I think it's what we were last year. We were very quick. We were a quick strike offense, and that's what I like. And I feel like in the playoffs it slowed down. So I think it gives you a more ammo to just be more aggressive. So in my opinion, I think we should be aggressive. Like, be aggressive, have fun with it, man.
Yep.
Have fun with it.
That's right. Well, y'all, we'll go a few more minutes here, man. Answer a few more questions and things. Again, hit the like button. We appreciate everybody here on the show. We're trying to as well. Shout out to everybody that's making comments. Anthony Hayes, all of them are clowns.
Okay. He talking about the media. I mean, where's the lie? I mean, a lot of them didn't have us taking or didn't believe we were gonna get AJ. It's crazy, man. Like I don't subscribe to none of them, man, because they don't follow the team. They just see what they see and they just making a judgment off of that. So.
Yeah, Al PC, you see that? You see that front right there, man? You see that?
Man,
front seven?
Archer, Dupree, Brown, Evans. Man, that's ridiculous, bro.
It is. That's a great
super upgrade.
And you just let them do their thing. And like team leader says, ball out, man. Just out do your thing, man. Just go crazy, go wild, make plays. Have a scheme of blitzing. Don't be conservative. Be aggressive on defense. That conservatism did not work last year. Ladies and gentlemen, we was in the bottom 4 in the league in defense, man. There were times we were the worst defense in the league. Let's not forget that, man. We were trash on defense. I'm not going to underestimate and say, oh yeah, we were not. We were not good on defense. We were terrible.
We were trash.
We had a great offense and a terrible defense, and that's why we were ousted in the first round.
Yep.
We lost in the playoffs against a terrible offense with the Baltimore Ravens. Their offense was trash.
Facts, no paper.
Yeah. Damn Ravens. Ravens fuck.
Hey, that's fact. So he said, Devin asked who is out in the tight end free agency right now. I think is Zach Ertz still out there?
Zach Ertz is still out there. Tyler Eifert is still out there. Appreciate the subscription, Anthony Hayes. Free agent tight ends. Those are the top 2 that I've seen out there right now. I'm trying to think of any other ones. Jacques, I don't know of any other.
Not off the top of my head. Those are the ones I could think about.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the ones I could think about. This is another good question right here, man. If King Henry gets around 230 carries with 1,250 yards and 15 touchdowns, would you consider that a fall-off year? No. I wouldn't.
No. How many wins do we have? That's the question after that.
Right.
If we had three wins, yes, that's a disappointment.
Right.
If not, yeah, I mean, no, especially 15 touchdowns. No. I mean, I would, if he gets that, I'm fine if he gets those stats. If A.J. Brown's a 1,000-yard receiver, Julio's a 1,000-yard receiver, and we win the Super Bowl, I'm fine with that.
Right. Yep. Hey, shout out to Cali boy.
Yep. Cali boy.
Tighten up.
Yes, sir. In Cali.
I like this team leader. Make plays, not excuses.
Correct.
That's how you live. That's how you live. Like that's how you be successful in life. No excuses. Sorry, no excuses. None. Next man up. Let's go.
That's right.
Just saying.
Yep.
Just saying. Durkin Time says if that gets us to the playoffs. That's facts. I don't consider that a bust. I don't consider that a drop off here because if he does get those numbers, what that tells me is AJ Brown 8 and Julio Jones 8. Right. And that tells me other players are eating that way. Hey, we kind of Derrick, we're gonna use you when we need you. Take advantage of your opportunities. And that shows me that Derrick took advantage of his opportunities. We didn't have to run him to the ground, and you can use him in periodic times to be like, hey, hit Derrick coming out the backfield, hit him in a screen. You don't have to beat him up as much. He can preserve his body. Then the fourth quarter come around, then we can really get in there and get the bruising.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Yep, that's right. So we'll take 2 more questions, y'all. We'll take 2 more.
That's facts.
It changed our game. Exactly. It did change our game plan. No question about it.
And when you have, like I said, when you have other teams across the league showing you respect, and you can tell that now you kind of on their mind now, because now they can't say, hey, all y'all got is Henry. No, we got a Julio Jones and we got a A.J. Brown too. And we got a Tannehill who can still run the ball. So we keep forgetting that as well. That's right, an extra weapon. Right. You got Derrick Evans too, who can come out the backfield when he wants.
Yep. Ja, I think your computer might have froze on you, good brother. But it's all good. It's all good. So I'm extremely ecstatic and happy that we got Julio Jones. I know you guys are as well. I'm really still in disbelief that we got Julio. They've been talking about it a lot, and and so I'm just really happy that the Titans have made moves. They're not scared to make moves like we've had been in the past. Everything, and so if you all feel the same way, I'm sure that you do. Hey, Merry Christmas to you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I feel. And it's like Julio he seems like he's excited as well to get out the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? He's been playing Julio. He's been playing, subpar for a while as far as the teams. He has the talent. It's now for him to make things happen, to start winning playoff games and Super Bowls. The city of Atlanta, for their sports team, seem to struggle. You know what I mean? They have talent, but then they struggle when it comes to when it matters the most. Yes, he made a Super Bowl, but they did lose 28-3. They were up 28-3 and lost. Now, when you have a team like the Titans who will now, come to play every game on offense. He knows that. And he's like, I don't have to be the prime. I don't have to have 100 catches. I can get my 60, 70 catches, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, and make it to the Super Bowl. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Yep.
Facts.
Yep. So, see, Jock, hey, it looks good, man. You see, your laptop died on you, brother?
Yeah, it died on me, man.
Man, I got you, dude. It's all good.
All that Titans heat done ran my battery low, man.
That's good. That's good, bro. That's good, man. That's good, bro.
Guys, we having fun.
Julio! I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
We definitely, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that like button. And anything, we appreciate you guys. And without us, we wouldn't be where we at now, man. So we really appreciate the fans and tighten up, man. I'm geek, man. This actually made my week, dog.
Yep, me too, man. Me too. I can't wait to hear the news tomorrow, man. And my radio, everything's gonna be on, man. So I can't wait to see it, man. So
right.
Yep. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you all for listening in on the show. This was fun as always. Thank you for everyone. What's so great is everyone in our comments participates. Everyone that comes into our show makes comments, asks questions. They don't ask dumb questions like, bro, have you ever watched a Titans game, or do you even know who they are? Like, everyone is informed of the Titans. They love the Titans just like we do, man. Passionate about our team. We want them to succeed and do well, and we appreciate everyone that watches our show, tunes in, and participates. It makes this show so great and fun, man. Straight up, bro.
Exactly, man. Like you said, shout out to y'all, man. This is fun. I've had a ball, man. I can't wait. And We'll let you guys know when we do our schedule. So, like you said, part 1 and part 2. Last year's was fun, and I think we actually hit the nail on we hit the hammer on the nail last year. We both said 11-5, and we went 11-5.
We did hit on the nail. That's right.
If you want some legit Titans content, hey, come through, man. Subscribe.
That's right.
Man. We love y'all, man. We really appreciate it, man.
Yep. And you all know when the season comes, man, we're gonna bring the fire, bro. We have shows constantly. We're on other channels as well too. We'll definitely have our feature shows, man. We got a lot of things that's in the box ready to get cooked. So it's just a matter of time. You know what I mean? So, yep. So I want to just send a special shout out, man. As Jacques knows, I had a really, really good friend of mine that was killed in a motorcycle accident, man. It was all in the news and everything. Rashad Wilson. He's been a good friend of mine for over 25 years. He was a sergeant in the military. He was a member of my fraternity, a prominent member. Also, he's a Mason as well as a member of the Rough Riders Motorcycle Club that passed away and everything. His funeral was yesterday. So, just wanted to just say, shout out to him and his family, his children and everything. Impacted a lot of people, and with hundreds and thousands of people. I even spoke at his service as well too. So I just wanted to give a shout out to him, man, and just much respect to him. He watched our show religiously, and that's what really hits, what I'm saying, as well. And he loved our show. And Jacques, you met him at my house when we watched the playoff game. You know what I mean? So
he was a good dude, man, real good dude from the time I met him, man. And it's unfortunate, man. It's crazy, man. So definitely shout out to Scope, man. Rest in peace, bro.
Yep. Thank you, Pistol Grip. Appreciate that. So yeah, man. So as Doc said, subscribe to the channel as well on Instagram. We are at Tennessee Titans Weekly. We are on Twitter as well at Titans Weekly 24/7. If you want to contact us, email us at TennesseeTitansWeekly@gmail.com.
Definitely. Like I said earlier, man, subscribe to the channel, cut your notification bells on, and that's definitely let you know when we drop our next show, and let you know when we go live as well. And I don't know how we guys, we might even do it live. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned.
That's right. And one last thing before I go, man. I gotta not just say roll tide right now, right? I'm on a roll tide kick, right? I've never just said roll tide or roll damn tide, right? More than anything, bro, I'm saying Julio. Welcome to Tennessee, Julio. I don't know if he's watching the show, but we want to say welcome to Nashville, man. Welcome to the Titans, bro. We wish you nothing but success, man. Good luck to you. You've come to a great team with great fans, bro. I'm not sure what you're used to in Atlanta, but in Tennessee, man, hey, we're some real fans, bro. Welcome. So cool, man. Well, tighten up, folks. We'll see you in our next show. Like Jacques said, hit that bell. We'll be around, bro.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Tighten up. Facts.
No paper.
Yes, sir.